Tonight's episode of the Tuesday Night Cigar Club is brought to you by Drew Estate. Come experience the rebirth of cigars at www.drewestate.com and download the free Drew Diplomat smartphone app today to discover nearby retailers, RSVP to special events, redeem points to win exclusive Drew Estate merchandise, and much, much more.
This might be a big mistake, but I'm having too much fun to wait. Flag her down when she comes back by. That one's yours and this one's mine. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round. Bring another round.
Here's the Suckles.
Good evening, brothers and sisters of the leaf. Coming to you live, once again, from the corner of No Hope, it's the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. Tonight the boys talk their way through the 1985 criminally unseen thriller that is The New Kids. Crazy Cajun speaking James Spader, killer pit bulls, Tom Atkins mustache, and a pre-Full House Aunt Becky shower scene. Holy shit, you're in for a treat tonight, folks. And while the guys smoke the milk and cookie cigar from Ezra Zion, they're going to be drinking pint after delicious pint of left-hand milk stout. Oh, hell yeah. So sit back, light 'em up, and enjoy the show.
Oh man, I'll spit out my beer there, Doctor. Oh.
Well, Kate, if I can cause one regurgitation a day, I'm a happy man.
So my little one just had her birthday recently. And,
that's nice.
It was nice, Tut. Birthdays are always fun.
When you're
at least
that age.
when you're that age, you know, curse God and go out in the middle of a field and just scream and cry when you're our age. Do y'all do that too?
Doesn't everybody?
That's not just a birthday, my friend.
Okay. Or, you know. Well, it's too early for that, man. Anyway, she had her birthday. We got her some silly putty.
Yeah.
Silly putty when we were a kid.
Yeah.
She'd been gifted some from one of her grandparents before and really liked it, and we'd lost it. The dog ate it, maybe. So as I'm laying out comics from the Sunday newspaper, that's what you do with silly putty. You press it down on the comic strip, peel it up. Remember that?
Oh, man, I haven't done that in ages.
I started actually reading these comic strips in the Sunday Funnies, and it's almost all total horseshit. Lazy, unfunny nonsense. A real shit fest. And people were getting paid, I imagine, pretty decent money for this crap.
Sure.
There was not one chuckle to be had in the Cade house that morning. Here's a couple. It was so unfunny. I wanted to bring you guys some examples. Get ready to listen to some unfunny stuff.
Oh, that sounds great.
Here's a couple, just to give you boys an idea what goes for hilarious cartoons these days. Remember old Hagar the Horrible? Hagar the Horrible. Hagar the Horrible.
Hagar? I've heard it both
Hagar
ways.
the Horrible. I've heard it both ways. He's been hilarious.
I've never heard it any other way.
Did you ever read the funny papers, Nancy?
I have not for some time.
Okay. I remembered him from when we were a kid. He's been
I stopped when we
since,
took Calvin and Hobbes.
Andy Cap, and this guy's been around forever. He's been hilariously raping and pillaging the Sunday Funnies since we were wee lads. Well, check this splash of comedic brilliance out. Hagar, the Viking, is talking to his daughter about her upcoming wedding. Hagar says, "Are you sure you want to marry Lute? He's just a musician." To which his daughter says, "But I love him. Besides, after we wed, he can get famous." To which Hagar replies, "Ha ha ha! He'll be famous for being Hagar the Horrible's son-in-law." He thought that shit was funny. Did you?
Was that the end of the comic?
Yeah, that was it. That was literally the end of the comic strip. A guy wrote that and sent it off, and they put it in a newspaper. All right, here, it gets better. Remember Family Circus?
Yes.
Little circle.
The little circle one, yeah.
The little circle one with the kids, and all right. We all know that one. Well, this single frame cartoon features the one I saw, a tired mother cooking dinner when one of her blockhead kids sticks his giant melon in the kitchen door and says, "I'm not very hungry, Mommy. How about I skip dinner and just watch a little TV?" That's fucking it. That was the cartoon. That's the entire cartoon.
There was nothing else in it, like mayhem going on.
A circle,
behind.
her with this tired look on her face, and this kid sticking his head in saying, "Can I watch TV instead of eating?"
Oh, they were making a commentary that the mom was putting in all that work, and
Another family circus, last one, shows two of those blockhead kids walking down the sidewalk after school, with one saying, "I'm going to try to stay up till midnight tomorrow, but I don't really know why," as the other kid pats him on the back. That's the fucking joke. That's it. And the dude wrote that and drew it, was like, send it.
Are you mad because he makes more money than us?
Why aren't you guys laughing? That's the joke. The guy got paid and he wrote that joke. Why aren't you laughing, doctor?
Sorry, what?
Exactly.
Are you mad because they make more money than us?
This bullshit gets printed every day in every newspaper.
He's mad.
In the funny pages. It's supposed to be funny.
I took a stab at it. I was told that my material was too blue.
I don't know, doctor. Hardy fucking har har. And Bill and Jeff Keane.
No, that was the name of my comic strip. Hardy fucking har. Yeah.
Well, Bill and Jeff Keane, the people who write this stuff, are laughing their jolly blockheads all the way to the bank. So, anywho, much like the doctor, I decided to write my own little cartoon.
Oh, shit.
Figuring if these duds are selling newspapers, maybe I can get in and get a little extra spending money, right? You ready for this?
Yes.
Forget Family Circus. I call mine Family Full of Squares. You like it?
Does it start there? There's something.
It's also a single frame comic like Family Circus. In the debut comic strip, we see a mother. This is one I made. Get ready to laugh. We see a mother crying in the kitchen. She's sitting there with her head in her hands. When one of her kids sticks his head in the door, he says, "What's for dinner, Mommy?" She says, "Your father gave me herpes." Herpes? Is that some kind of breakfast cereal? The kid says. I couldn't get through without laughing. Shit's fucking fire, right?
Yeah.
The kid doesn't know what herpes is. He thinks it's a breakfast cereal. All right, I got one more. This will be in the next Sunday's Funny Papers. Sneak peek for you. Family Full of Squares. You ready?
Family Full of Squares.
A young boy and his sister are doing homework in the living room. The boy looks up and exclaims to his father, "Daddy, I'm going to be a doctor when I grow up." To which his sister says, "Really? Even after all the doctors thought you were a girl when you were born with your inverted micro penis?" Can you imagine?
Yes, I can. I can imagine.
And the dad's just sitting there smoking his pipe. Well, he doesn't know what's going on. Fuck you, Funky Winker Beam. Eat shit, Beetle Bailey. This is the new face of the Sunday comics. It's a new kid in town.
Dude, when this starts going downhill, it's like a freight train.
Sorry, I've developed this ability over the years to check out, like still be there in like corporeal form, but to check out.
Okay.
You were saying something about a freight train?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm getting the sense you guys aren't on my side on this one.
I could be on your side.
Welcome, everybody, to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club, episode 95, our very special kids episode. Or did I just blow that by telling Beetle Bailey to blow me? No, I told him to eat shit.
Yeah. You
I
said
told
he
you.
should.
I don't think it's good either way.
All right, well, I'll stop talking about...
Episode 95.
Yeah, how about that,
Getting
huh?
close to the centennial.
Yeah.
I was going to say Centurion, and I don't think that's right.
I think the doctor's correct, Centennial. I'm very excited, very aroused for episode 100. Who knows what we'll do for that one?
Can you be aroused on a kids show?
No. Well, unless you're Tank McNamara. Right? That was another...
Interestingly enough, I actually wrote a
cartoon
song
character.
called "I Told Beetle Bailey to Blow Me."
I guess if I talk about Calvin and Hobbes, you guys will be all about it.
Don't you dare.
Everybody loves Calvin
Don't
and
you
Hobbes.
dare.
Everybody does love Calvin and Hobbes.
Jeez.
Everybody misses Calvin and Hobbes.
Yes.
Where'd they go?
He won't make them anymore.
Why not?
He retired.
Maybe he could hand the reins over to me. I've shown I've got some talent. I got the chops. I can do it.
No.
Put me in, coach.
No.
You cannot do Calvin and Hobbes. Bill Watterson is a saint.
As Calvin showers, Hobbs' hand reaches into the shower with a
I
towel.
will follow you. I will follow you down a dark alley, and I will beat piss from you.
Hey, he walks the walk, he talks the talk. Okay, it is our kids' episode, sort of, teenagers.
Actually, I'll just kind of follow, like, 15 feet behind.
What kind of teenagers are we talking
All
about
right,
here?
it's the closest thing we're ever going to have to a kids' show, so just sit back and enjoy the show, Yak Boy. Thanks, everybody, for joining us.
I don't think anything about this is a kid show.
There's nothing about this.
Let
There's an amusement
me tell you
park.
what about this beer, cigar, and R-rated movie is about kids. No, here's what we're doing. We're going to do a cigar called the Milk and Cookies.
Yes.
We're going to pair it with a milk stout.
Okay.
What else would you pair a milk and cookie cigar with, obviously? And we're going to do a movie called The New Kids.
The new kid.
The New Kids.
Oh, is this?
New
Yes.
kids.
Plural.
Okay.
Yes.
But not on the block.
There's-
Not on the block.
There's two of them. Heard you watch this movie with one eye shut. I just saw a brother. I was wondering what he was talking about his sister. Oh, if I open both eyes. You should have shut that
It was
eye.
kinda
And
scary.
Shut that eye and open the other one. Just saw her.
No. 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 Oh, God. I can't even do that. No.
I swear to God, if you go off and don't like Lori Loughlin, then we're going to have a big problem tonight.
Is that who that was? I thought it was like Sidney Prescott or Preston Presby.
Sidney Prescott was the main character of Scream, played by Nev Campbell,
Right.
Yeah,
which was 15 years later.
okay.
Anywho,
I knew it was Lori Loughlin.
as always, folks, we do pair a cigar.
That's Aunt Becky, right?
Yes, Aunt Becky from Full House.
Wow. I
One
was
of her
kinda
first,
right.
one of her first roles in this time.
Okay.
As always, we do pair a premium cigar with a beer and a movie. We're trying to make that work. We're gonna try a little new something tonight. Debated whether to mention, but I'm gonna try it. We're gonna try to
just do
keep you in the movie a little bit more.
No, just keep going. Just go with it. Go with it.
What's too late? I'm already talking about it. Kate, abort. No. So we're actually going to sum up the cigar at the end, only briefly touch on a little bit during the movie, because it's a thriller tonight. We're doing a thriller. I want to keep you in
I'm so thrilled.
it.
So thrilled.
Only you would have a problem with this movie. Literally, only you.
I didn't say I had a problem with
Did you have
this
a problem with this movie?
I had a couple problems, but they were more from like
Did you have a problem with this movie?
I'm not sure I understand the question. I have some problems with it.
He's been grumbling about this movie ever since he walked in here tonight.
Who?
You, yeah.
Why? I don't understand why I had a problem with this movie to begin with.
Welcome, everybody, to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club, episode 95.
95. Rocking it.
Let's do it.
Tonight's
Can we just do
cigar.
radio show voice?
Are you ready for this, baby? Look at that cute little ribbon on it. Look at that cute little ribbon.
It is
on
a
there.
cute little ribbon. I'm not sure I really want to touch it. It feels like an arts and crafts project.
It is the milk and cookies cigar from Ezra Zion.
Ezra Zion.
Our first Ezra
I was
Zion
about to say,
cigar.
yeah, I don't think we've done them before yet.
Texas company.
Yeah.
They are from Texas.
Where in Texas?
Swing Launches. It is a 6x50.
Swinochus, yeah.
It is a 6x52 Toro. Tut, you digging that aroma coming off the Dr. Cigar? Wrapper, not available. Binder, not available. Filler, not available. I don't know anything about what's in this thing.
It's not made from milk and cookies?
That's not true. I have what they tell us, but they tell us. Here's Ezra Zion's MO. They send out these emails telling you they are releasing a cigar called Milk and Cookies, or Ninja Bread Man, or Army Soldier, or Nunchucks. They're all very catchy names.
Do they really have one called Ninja Bread Man?
And they give you about 3 paragraphs of description on the cigar.
Yeah.
And they're like, buy them now, they're going to sell out quick.
Of
And
course.
then about an hour later, you get another email saying they're sold out. And that's it. That's how it works. They have some core lines that you'll
So
see.
it's like always.
This one, for instance, there's only 555 cigars available. They do have core lines. You can go into a brick and mortar and buy an Ezra Zion.
Yeah, I've seen-
they
yeah,
have
I've
core
seen their
lines.
core
But
lines.
these little, I believe some of them are like a lost and found type deal where they acquire a pallet of cigars that someone hadn't released, and they put them out there. Other ones, they just acquire a certain tiny bit of tobacco and are able to just make 555 cigars, and that's that. Yeah, that does smell really nice, Doctor.
It does. It actually has a nice aroma going off of it.
Light sweetness there, which is not unpleasant.
I
at all.
actually got really sugary sweetness on the cold draw before I lit it up.
I'm having the whole limited feel of it, purposefully limited feel, is just kind of it's ruining my vibe.
Okay, well, we bought so much tobacco and this is all we can make. Or we found these cigars in a warehouse and we bought these and this is all we have.
But hey, if it's milk and cookies, you gotta have some sugary sweetness.
Are you guys ready to hear the description that led me to get these cigars? Because I get these emails all the time. I'm like, we're going to have to get these on the show because you got to hear this description.
My
Alright, go
question
ahead.
is do they put bows on all their cigars?
No.
No.
Like the
No.
Army men actually have a little green Army man.
Kevlar vest with the hat.
They have like the sawed off.
It's like that little picture from Full Metal Jacket with a little army helmet on it.
They have like the sawed off, which is like a little
Portaloos.
sawed off shotgun, a little plastic sawed off shotgun glued to the band. Like they're big on
Like the
presentation.
guys like in one of those like gift shops. What am I gonna do for my cigars? What's this plastic bag of toys? It's perfect. I'll take them all.
These guys also are the guys that bought Nomad Cigars, Fred Rui's company.
Oh, okay.
They handle all.
Yeah.
They're doing all his stuff now.
Okay.
Okay, here.
All right, let's hear this description.
Okay,
Do
because
it.
you guys need to hear this so you can see if it gels with your experience this evening.
Oh, it's gonna gel.
Everyone has memories of mom or grandma making them some milk and cookies. If you stop and think about it, it's probably the best thing you ever tasted in your life. Not just for the flavor, but for the love that was in it. Call us nostalgic, but we want to do the same. Something tasty and something special made with a little bit of love. Milk and Cookies is a full-bodied, medium-strength 6x52 Classic Toro. Tobaccos used are from the 2010 to 2012 vintages, making them between 6 to 8 years old. Tobacco origins are Nicaragua, Peru, Ecuador, and Indonesia. First light, big creamy flavors wash over the palate. Leather, brown sugar, and butter follow with a blast of cedarwood. Finish is long and clean, adding vanilla bean. Retrohale is warming with a woody cinnamon burn.
Vanilla bean, definitely. I
Did you get some vanilla?
Yeah.
Okay. As it progresses, dark chocolate and walnut emerge. The blend gets creamier and rounder with hints of clove and licorice being added to the mix. Halfway there, caramel, cocoa, and white pepper develop. Slight hints of hazelnut are tasted on the finish. A maple sweetness lingers long on the finish. Oh, so delicious.
Well, that's interesting. They certainly promise a lot of interesting transitions.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no crap.
We're only 2/3 through. Last third, the chocolate notes become more dominant. Big waves of sweet buttercream, bourbon, vanilla, and coffee. Construction and burn are perfect all the way. The nub, Milk and Cookies, is a freaking masterpiece.
It's gonna have
Who made the cigar? Willy Wonka? Oh, at full dinner, it's in there.
Like I said, this is their MO. Limited run cigars. An email giving you this insane rainbow of very specific flavors, and a few hours they're
I was
gone.
about to say that's very, very specific.
Hey, Tut, you're a marketing guy. You know you don't sell the steak, you sell the sizzle. And this thing is sizzling out the ass. So much so I finally had to pick up 5 of them for the show. We'll see what
My
it's all
grandmother made excellent cookies.
about. Did she?
She made
Grandma Keener? Or?
Yes, she
Yeah?
made.
Oh, hell of a woman.
She would bring 2 tins of them every Christmas. There was
Thanks for sharing.
some old-fashioned, just plain chocolate chip, but they were delicious. And then she would make Christmas cookies, both in the shape of wreaths or trees, with like a green icing on them. They were absolutely delicious.
I remember spending a lot of time over your house around Christmas. Never got any of those.
Yeah, my sister and I both go to those cookies.
Old-fashioned, moist and chewy.
Mr. Burns, old-fashioned Grandma Keener, old-fashioned, moist and chewy.
Well, we're gonna see if these stogies come anywhere close to these
We
flavors.
make cookies here.
I
We
will
are-
say the aroma off that was really, really nice.
We are cigar scientists, after all. Research is our life. Well, part of our life. A very, very small part, but it is part of our lives.
It's there.
So now the fun begins. I did get a very sweet on the cold draw, but I'm going to have to light up and see. And like I said, feel free at any point if you're getting something great out of cigar to bring it up. I'm going to try to not go to it quite so much to try to keep everybody in the film, just as a little test. Cody, what are we drinking?
Beer.
And tonight's film, what beer are we drinking, you silly goose?
We are drinking Milk Stout to go with the Milk and Cookies cigar.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. Perfectly. This is from Left Hand Brewing out of Longmont, Colorado. They started brewing in '93.
Early.
Yes, one of the original Colorado. 1 second here. Founded by a Dick Dorr and Eric Wallace.
Dick Dorr?
Dick Dorr.
D-O-O-R?
D-O-O-R-E.
Oh, Dick Doré.
Is it Doré? Or is it
I
Dorr?
like Dick Dorr.
Dick Dorr.
Dick Dorr.
We'll go with Dick Dorr.
I'm just saying. I mean, it could be anything.
It's Dick Dorr.
It's Dick Dorr.
My name's Richard Doré. Forget it, pal. You're Dick Dorr.
But the Milk Stout,
I'm sorry, where'd you say they were out of?
Longmont, Colorado.
Okay.
So the Milk Stout, it's very good. Had it many times at the pub.
Yes.
I mean, it's probably one of the better milk stouts. If you ever come across it, I highly recommend
So
it.
you guys have both had this just in the nitro form?
I've
on tap.
only
On
had
tap.
I've only had the nitro form.
Right. So I was, I'm a little leery about it because I've never actually had this, out of the bottle or the can in this instance. So, but I mean, if you get it on draft, I've never had a bad one. So
I quite like it, and I'm not a stout guy.
No, you're not.
I quite like it because am I wrong in that it's a little creamier?
Oh yeah.
Is that due to the milk?
Well, in this instance, they're not. I mean, it's not like they're putting milk into. They're putting milk sugars into the brew. So it. I mean, that imparts it. I mean, you get that where it does give it a little bit of that creaminess, but it does give it also the sweetness that you're getting initially.
Okay. ABV?
It's 6%. So I mean,
not bad.
it's right in the middle, and it's 25 IBUs. I mean, there's no bitterness in this whatsoever.
I think it has more bitterness still than that American Pale Ale from Clown Shoes we did last time.
Yeah.
It's posers. Anything else?
I first had Left Hand Milk Stout at an airport. No, it was a big hotel in Nashville. What's the big? They've got a big hotel in Dallas.
The Omni.
No.
Anatole?
No.
The Hilton.
No.
America's Best Value Inn.
No.
Dallas. It's a huge city. There's hotels everywhere.
Keep naming them. I'm literally going to shut this podcast down until you.
So there's the Sheraton Grand.
Is it the Renaissance?
No. I can't remember.
Radisson.
You were at a hotel.
Yes. And it was like
Red Roof Inn.
And it's one of those like all-encompassing hotels to where you never really have to leave because they've got all the huge restaurants and they had these waterfalls in there, and it was a beautiful, beautiful hotel. They had like this little place in there, and they were like, I was like, "What's that stout?" And they're like, "Left Hand Milk Stout." And I'm like, "Let me give it some of that." It was really, really good.
You may have given the hint waterfalls inside, like a water park.
Maybe
The Great Wolf Lodge.
No, it wasn't the Great Wolf Lodge.
Mm.
I'd like to try that.
That would have sounded nice if it was. Great Wolf.
And you enjoyed it.
I really did. That was the whole point of that entire thing.
Boy, it's easy. It's easy drinking. A little bit of chocolate. Like I said, it's just creamy. It's very creamy. A lot of chocolate. You guys get any coffee out of it?
I can't say that I am.
The W Hotel?
Not really. No, I will look it up and see because
apparently I don't know this from personal experience, but the W Hotel is where Lamar Odom lived when he briefly played for the Mavericks and was married to one of the Kardashian sisters.
Imagine it's a pretty nice place.
Could be.
Anything else?
I think we're good.
Been around for a long time.
Been around
Average
for a long
ABV, very low IBUs for, of course, it's stout. We're all getting some chocolate creaminess. You like it, Doctor? The cigar? Or, I'm sorry, the beer?
Yes, it actually seems to be pairing nicely with the stogie. Initially, it was a bit sharp, but
I
seem
actually
to have gotten used to it.
I actually had the same thoughts on the initial light up, but there was kind of a gentle spice, but nice spice on the nose, nothing crazy. But then I got a really harsh taste flavor just for like 20 seconds, lighten up. And then that kind of dissipated, and now it's kind of like a kind of a real nice leather.
Oh, I thought you meant
profile.
on the beer. The beer I thought was sharp when I first started it. Now that I've lit the stogie, it's really working together. The cigar, as you can see, I didn't light it very well. It looks like an exploding cigar, but it's burning.
Actually, no. Once you
excellently.
ash, they'll be fine.
I'm very much enjoying this. I'm interested to see if it makes any of those transitions, but a very nice.
Feel the wrapper between your fingers.
A subtle,
real silky
I think a
wrapper.
subtle sweetness. Like it's not an overbearing, a real subtle vanilla, sugary kind of sweetness, and really an excellent aroma. This is the aroma that kind of made me fall in love with cigars a long time ago. That very light, medium bodied.
Excellent aroma.
I couldn't agree more. My construction's actually burning really straight. Boy, the wrapper is just super fucking silky between your fingers. It's got a really nice texture. It
really does now that you
It's
mention
just
it.
a golden. Well, I don't know what the hell the wrapper is. They won't tell us. I don't know if it's Peruvian or Indonesian or what, but it's a really pretty cigar. But yeah, right now I'm just getting a little bit of gentle spice on the nose with some leather, and just kind of a, like the doctor said, a very just kind of mild sweetness on the draw.
Gaylord.
The Gaylord. Okay, that's in Grapevine.
They're just.
I got blasted with a cedar on the light up.
I had a little cedar early.
Yeah,
It went away.
Mine was like a baseball bat made of cedar, just smacked me in the face right at the light.
Okay. Well, guys.
But I am also getting the spice on the nose.
Yeah, a little bit gentle spice on the nose.
There's also a sweetness that I haven't quite identified.
To me, it's like a sugary sweetness. I mean, I know we're doing the milk and cookie. It's like cookie batter. No, it is a sugary sweetness.
Kind of indefinable though.
It's chunks of cookie in here.
Yeah, and I really have to appreciate it, because when I saw the color of the wrapper, I was like, here we go again. It's going to be full-bodied, but it'll be medium at a best. It's a nice full flavor.
They did say, I'm sorry, let me go back real quick. They did say medium strength, full bodied. That's how they described it. So we'll see. I actually don't know where my ash went. Lost it.
Oh well.
Oh God, my penis. No, I'm fine.
This isn't buttery. This isn't buttery at all.
Buttercream my balls. Ooh, I'm gonna work that into one of my Family Full of Squares cartoons.
Oh God.
Did you get it? Because it said Family Full of Squares, like they'd be nerds and squares, but they actually say a lot of controversial things. It's irony.
Stop it.
They're not a family full of squares at all.
Stop.
The dad's giving them all
Stop.
herpes. Okay.
I don't think you understand the purpose of newspaper humor.
You read Rex Morgan, don't you? He's your dog. He's your favorite doctor. This is my favorite doctor. Screw you, Rex Morgan.
Would you tell him to stop, please?
I don't know. He just kind of won a few points there.
Okay, we'll get back to the cigar here in a minute. The film tonight is The New Kids.
On the block?
No, just The New Kids. Or as Tuttle calls it, The New Kid.
The new kid.
Apparently he ignored the other one.
He just ignored all the other ones. 1985.
1985.
A banner year.
Yeah, really is. Co-written by Stephen Gyllenhaal, best known as the planter of seeds that sprouted both Jake, and Maggie, a little less, Gyllenhaal, their dad.
Okay.
He wrote it. Apparently he does movie stuff too. And Brian Taggart.
Well, that would explain some careers.
Now I'm imagining those as the characters in this film, and it's not working out.
I'm sorry, ever since Donnie Darko, I am not a Jake Gyllenhaal fan. I thought he ruined that movie. Like, he was so annoying in that movie. And everything I've seen him in since, he's been annoying.
Oh,
she
he's
has
fine.
she does okay in some. She does all right sometimes.
He's fine. I like her.
Yeah, she's got one of those voices that I would think would be annoying, but I actually kind of like it. Kind of wispy, kind of high pitched voice. I do like Maggie Gyllenhaal in some things, but I've yet to see Jake Gyllenhaal. He's Mysterio in the new Spider-Man
Yes, he
movie.
is.
So we'll see. Maybe that'll change my mind.
I'm leery about it.
Does he wear the big fishbowl on his head?
I think, but no, he doesn't keep it on, obviously.
Well, yeah, you're not going to pay Jake Gyllenhaal to keep a fishbowl on his head the whole movie.
Why not?
Hell, they could have paid me to do
You
that.
had the doctor do
I'd
that.
gladly wear that fishbowl.
And his co-writer, Brian Taggart. Now, this guy has a much more impressive resume as a screenwriter. He penned 1982's Visiting Hours with Michael Ironside.
Nice.
A very underrated thriller. He also wrote a ton of the original groundbreaking V series.
Ooh.
Which is a personal favorite
Now
of
you had
mine.
me.
Got
Yeah.
a bunch on the shelf over there in the corner, no hope. And he
Dude,
wrote...
that was the first time I got grounded was because I stayed up past my bedtime to watch V.
I was addicted to V as a kid. Also starring Michael Ironside as Ham Taylor. And he also wrote, among other things, the guy has a very vast filmography, the Rutger Hauer bounty hunter classic, Wanted Dead or Alive,
Yeah.
which I always thought we would do on the show by now. Like, that's a really fun movie. And much, much more. So you got those two guys writing it. And you pair those two writers with director Sean S. Cunningham 5 years after his debut horror film, the original Friday the 13th, drove audiences absolutely crazy.
By the way, I heard on the radio today is the 39th birthday of Friday the 13th. It was released on this date in 1980.
How fortuitous. Yeah, the guy who directed this fucking created Jason Voorhees. So that's pretty good on your resume.
Yeah.
Camp Crystal Lake.
And in between Friday the 13th and this, in 1983, he directed one of our favorite TNA flicks, Spring Break, which is actually my favorite film of his as a director. I wasn't that big of a Friday the 13th 1 and 2 fan. I thought once Jason was established in part 3 with the hockey mask, that's when it really got my attention. I love Spring Break, though.
I recently watched 2 again because I've always been with you on
You
that.
told me to, and
that-
I did as well. And did he
was-
direct that, though?
No, that was, I think, Steve Miner.
No,
did
Steve Miner started with 3.
2. Okay, then I don't know who did 2.
I don't know who did 2 either, but it was
better than I thought it was.
it was
gonna be.
much better than I remember it being. But yeah, the guy has directed some really seminal movies. Well, Friday the 13th, and for us, Spring Break. So we might just have a little something on our hands here, boys. A little diamond in the rough. You had actually heard of this flick, Doc, when I brought it up, but you.
I had heard of it.
I had never heard of this movie.
I had, but from like a long time ago, I had never seen it.
I thought your reference was the reason why we were doing this because I had never heard of this movie.
I came across it. It just got added to Amazon Prime a while back. I actually watched it. It's like, man, how have I not seen this movie?
Yeah.
I knew we were doing the Milk and Cookies cigar at some point. Like, oh, the new kids, Milk and Cookies, that'll be great. Things added up. I knew I wanted the doctor here because it's a Spader film.
You got a lot riding on you tonight.
No pressure, Doc. But
For
it just
Christ's sake, Todd, I mean, maybe I do, maybe I don't. You know, I mean, it's a real nice shirt you got there.
Anybody need a beer?
Yes, please.
Go ahead and give me one, just so you don't have to reach back over there in a little bit.
Pass them around, Kate. Let's not wait all night here, all right?
Oh, I'm gonna love tonight. I am totally gonna love tonight.
We love when the doctor. If you want a little precursor to this, go to our Pretty in Pink episode where the doctor just showed us, basically transformed into James Spader. That episode.
And I keep trying to mimic it, and it's just not there, and it just
No,
I
it's
love
not something you can fake. Okay, well, you know what?
Relax, for Christ's sake. Well, there's going to be some more later on, okay?
Once we get in this movie, like I said, I'm only going to pause occasionally for this. Are you enjoying it, Tut, the cigar?
The Spader impersonation. I'm immensely enjoying it.
You getting cookie?
I am not getting cookie. I'm not getting baked goods. All that stuff. What I am getting is a really nice tasting cigar.
There are no
I'm-
baked goods in the cigar.
I am getting a lot of nice flavor. Full flavor. So far, I'll give it to him. I will. I'm getting a lot of nice little woodsy leather stuff coming through there. nothing that's out of the ordinary for a good tasting cigar, other than the fact that you had me fooled with the color of the wrapper. And I was thinking like Connecticut, it was going to be soft. It was going to be, the first third is just going to be warm up. And no, it's full right there from the start.
Leather, cedar on the draw, a little bit of sweetness, and then a little spice for me is starting to dissipate a little bit on the nose. Yax, you just now lit up. What do you?
I'm going to say pretty much what you said, except, I'm not really getting any cedar whatsoever.
It was there initially, then it went away, and the leather took a.
I'm still
the
all
leather
over
took
the
a big
cedar.
front
I'm
step.
getting
I don't
none
know
of
what
that.
cedar tastes.
But I am getting it.
I've
This
never
is
eaten any
very
cedar.
creamy to me.
You're getting a lot of cream.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm missing that one.
And tell them never
They
gets
said
cream.
butter in that description. That kind of pisses me off.
Buttercream,
But
butter, and then in the final third, buttercream.
Turns out this is a double doozy cookie.
cream
The cookie
and butter
company.
together at once.
The
I swear to God, if I
Shut
get to
your
that
mouth.
last part and there's raisins in here, I'm out.
The doctor and I, when we were younger men, and not even like kids, like college and early 20s, whenever we'd go to the mall together, which that already sounds funny. Well, back
It
in
can
those
get a
days,
lot funnier.
Back in those days, you'd have to go to like Suncoast Video to get DVDs and stuff.
Or,
and-
if you wanted to go into the structure store and try on some clothes and some corduroy suits and you wanted to have your heterosexual life partner there so you could be sitting there in the chairs, you came out of the dressing room and model the clothes. Kind of manly stuff.
Dude, they'd come over to the doctor as he sat in the chair and be like, something we can help you, sir? I'm with him. And I'd come out of the dressing room spinning around.
What do you think, Doc?
My new corduroy suit. Yeah, I bought a corduroy suit.
Did you get the linen pants?
And
my
matching
goodness.
corduroy vest.
It was the pants. It was like a three-piece corduroy number.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It was a little corduroy vest, too.
I gotta say, it was pretty bitchin' back in the day, man.
But what I was getting to was, since we were at the mall anyway, we'd go by the Great American Cookie Company and get a couple double doozies where they put the icing in the middle.
Just a straight
Not that
up.
there's anything wrong with
It's
that.
just a straight
No,
up heterosexual
no,
life partner thing to do.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
I'd be carrying Cade's structure bags while he went over and ordered the cookies.
Well, hey, if you were good and gave me some really constructive opinions, I'd buy your cookie for you.
We'd get one Sprite, 2 straws. Didn't have a lot of money, all right?
Oh, to see you all as
we're just a
Kate
bunch of
goes
college
skipping
kids.
up to
Bunch of
the-
guys having fun.
Which college kids?
Bunch of wild, crazy guys having fun.
Having fun with my buddies. Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to the cigar.
I want
and
to
like-
eat a double doozy. What's the fucking big deal with that?
Feel free to chime in about the cigar if you get something new, because I'm going to try to hold off. And please make detailed notes. Detailed notes. We start things off with the new kids with an alarm going off in the earliest hours of dawn as the camera pans across a highly impressive, it's in a bedroom, a highly impressive decorated military uniform kind of hung over the chair, and it pans over to a highly impressive mustache that rests on top of the lip of Tom fucking Atkins, baby. Atkins.
Tom Badass Atkins.
Military man Mac McWilliams. What a name.
And as we said before, I'd never seen this movie, and I'm sitting here going, because I didn't even pay attention. All right, so you told me where it is. Start the movie. Oh, what am I? Is that?
I know that mustache.
Is that? It can't be.
My
He's in a
exact
movie
words
that I
was
haven't
like,
seen.
"Oh, let's start this bullshit." As soon as Tom Atkins, I was like, "Oh, now it makes total sense."
Just got done making some love, probably.
Oh, yeah.
You just assume he has.
Oh, yeah. Military man Mac McWilliams pops up at the sound of the alarm and barges into his teenage son Lauren's bedroom. Wait, that was also the plot of one of my cartoons. I'll make a note here. No. He yells playfully for his boy to get up. Rise and shine on your feet, soldier. You can't get strong while you're laying down. What? Did you whack off too much last night? But it's not like mean drill
Right.
sergeant dad. He's
It's
laughing.
it's not like the
and
normal
the kids like
military
laughing,
day.
like they're clearly there's nothing serious about it. This is again though this whacking off. It's treading really close to My Family Full of Squares third cartoon. Boy, they really weren't square at all, were they?
No, they weren't.
That's what you guys are trying to tell me. Atkins then goes into his daughter Abby's room and wakes her sexy little body up. Those are his words. I didn't say that. He did.
Gives her about 3 pats on the caboose.
He hops into bed with his teenage daughter. She makes the mistake of calling him Major. But he just got a promotion, and he responds by smacking her ass and telling her, "It's Colonel now, sweetheart. Remember that. Keep that in the forefront of that skull of yours because it means more greenbacks to buy designer jeans for that sexy little body. Now up and up. Let's go." Any actor here other than Atkins, that would be so creepy. It's not with him.
No, it isn't. But I was like, wait a second. This is supposed to be his daughter. Oh, it's Atkins. He can do what he wants.
No matter what he says to any female, including family members, it's all good because it's Tom Atkins.
Think that was in the script, or you think he improvised those little butt
I think
pads?
he totally improvised it.
What? Even stupid Gyllenhaal's dad wouldn't write that. Like, he calls his daughter your sexy little butt. No, they'll never believe. Nah, that's total improv on Atkins' part.
Like, I want to put this line in there, but who are we going to get to say it?
Hey, I'm a colonel now. I'm going to buy you some tight little jeans for that tight little ass of yours. Atkins.
Let's go jog 7 miles.
Case closed. Atkins can do whatever he wants, and he comes across as just the coolest guy ever. Am I right?
Yes.
Tut, I know you love it when we go off on our Atkins.
I still think he was just sitting there going, I'll never be able to pull this off, but these are the perfect lines. Hi, Atkins.
You think Sean S. Cunningham was like, well, we got to get Atkins if we're going to read these lines.
We can't. We can't use this.
You guys
script.
are sick. You never wrote the shit in V.
No. We wrote it for Atkins.
I totally had it in V, but I couldn't get Atkins.
Well, and to be honest, who else are you going to cast for a guy named Mac McWilliams? We got to get Tom Atkins.
Either him or Michael Ironside.
Or Ironside. That would not have worked. That would not have worked. A sexy little body of yours. Thanks. All of a sudden becomes a Matt Cade Sunday Funny cartoon. We then cut to an opening credit sequence that shows the colonel, newly colonel, and his 2 kids, Lauren and Abby, jogging around the military base, taking turns punching and kicking a punching bag, crawling under barbed wire fences. Mac tells his offspring it's a jungle out there. If you're going to make it out there, you got to be strong. He says that all the time. Actually, they all say it together. He's kind of drilled it in their heads by now.
Yeah, Dad. Well, no, we got to be strong.
But it's not like you just the military father you always see.
That's what makes it
They're
really
enjoying
good.
the shit out of it.
They have fun with this. Tom Atkins.
No, but you're right, because a lot of times when you see military families, it's all about the rigid order,
and in
discipline,
movies especially,
and
it's always that.
boom.
No, this isn't a domineering, aggressive father-children scenario like so many military movies and so many cartoon rough drafts.
I was just waiting for him to stop to make you keep going and crack open that beer.
My workout beer.
These kids clearly love their.
He lights up a smoke while they're working the punching bag over.
These kids
Daddy's gonna take 5.
clearly love their father, and he loves them. Again, unless you cast someone else here, that relation might come across very differently, but it doesn't. Well, later that afternoon, Lauren and Abby, or the grunts as he calls his kids, see their parents off as Mac McWilliams is headed to Washington, D.C. to be officially awarded a Presidential Commendation for Valor. I think Tiger Woods just got that. Didn't he?
I don't think so. I think he won the Masters.
No, Trump just gave him some presidential award. It was a joke. You ruined it. But he gets it for single-handedly subduing 5 hijackers on a Boeing 747
with his mustache.
With his mustache alone.
His mustache
and
is all
saving all the hostages on board. Mac tells his kiddos to get at least a couple nights sleep while they're gone, as we'll party real hard on my return. And you know they will. Goddamn Tom Atkins. I wish my dad was Tom Atkins. I wish my mom was Tom Atkins. I'd take anybody as Tom Atkins at this point. I would leave my family right now to go live with 80-year-old Tom Atkins.
You gonna put that in your fun day, Sonny? Little thing? Just gonna be a square.
Do you think
Look
he's
at
still
his family.
rocking like
Why
he
aren't
used
you
to?
Tom Atkins?
Do you think he's still living the life like he used to?
he's 80 years old.
He's
Dude.
about 82 or 83.
I show up with my suitcases. I'm here. I gave it all up. Let's party. 7:30. I'm getting ready for bed. No. I come back to my family.
You can't meet your heroes.
I was just joking. Just joking.
Never meet your heroes.
Well, that night, Lauren and Abby are hosting, with the parents gone, a little house party while their folks are away.
There's the family squares funny for you. Cade comes back to his family and I answer the door. Sorry.
Oh.
We've all moved on down here.
That'd be number 4. Then 2 comic strips under, I go to live with Calvin and Hobbes.
You leave Calvin and Hobbes out of this.
And then you're canceled.
And then I'm canceled. Shows me and Hobbes drinking malt liquor.
You leave Calvin out of this.
Calvin's telling Hobbes he's drinking too much.
Cody.
I got him in a headlock.
Cody, punch him. Do something.
You didn't create Calvin Hobbes. You have no ownership, no...
You're ruining my childhood.
Calvin was the dog, is that
Back
it?
to the movie, for God's sake.
Yes, Calvin was the dog.
Lauren and Abby are hosting a kick-ass house party when their folks are away, complete with cans of Coca-Cola and pizza.
No, dude. She has boxes of Popeye's chicken.
Oh, is that what those boxes
She's got a
were?
chicken wing in her mouth and a can of Sprite and 3 boxes of Popeye's chicken.
Oh, they are partying then.
That sounded like a legit party to
Lame
me.
sauce. That's one of your East Texas parties.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. No, we would have had
Well, as
Everclear
everyone
with
is
that
cheering
Coke.
the nightly news because all of a sudden their dad's on the TV and they're talking about the award he got. Turns out he's killed over 75 terrorists over the years by himself. Me style.
Love how they just put that up. This guy right here.
He backed over the last two of them with
they
his
showed
car.
the back of a president that I guess was supposed to be Reagan. You just saw like the wig and he's shaking the Atkins hand. Well, the phone rings as everybody's watching the show, and it's the military informing the kids that both their parents are now dead from a car crash. They couldn't even come to the house. They're on a base.
Spilled me up, and it took away Atkins.
That went south quick.
So I just turned it off, so you're going to have to fill in on the rest of
Turns
the
out
movie.
it
I
was
didn't even
late.
finish.
Atkins' mustache was driving. It was rainy. He turned over the wheel to his mustache.
He was inebriated, but his mustache wasn't.
I was about to say they found 3 cases of road beers in his car.
High lives. Yeah, that went south really quick. After a remarkably...
I didn't think about that, but you're right. You would think that at least somebody would show up at the door to tell the kids their parents are
Nope,
dead.
just a phone call.
Well, it could
And then they hang up. And you
All right,
know what?
bye now.
This is our first glimpse at the lack of emotions. And I'm gonna get into this here a little bit later, but the daughter Abby just kind of no, and Lauren just kind of hangs up the phone, and that's kind of it. After a remarkably small-scale military funeral for such a decorated badass, budget restraint here. There should have been like hundreds of people at this damn thing. He was just on the news.
The 21 gun salute.
Or at least the 75 hostages he saved should have been there. No, it's a very small military funeral. Lauren and Abby are left standing there holding their dad's wristwatch and a folded flag. Neither kid seems that distressed, which you could attribute to either them being bad actors or just hardened by their father's discipline. I think it's a little bit more of the former. They hadn't really done much, and they just didn't have it in them as actors to kind of emote at this point. But it works that they were military kids and their dad was clearly
Just like that.
Be strong. Be strong.
Laughlin was like, "Can I have that watch?" Okay.
Yeah, sure. Suddenly, their Uncle Charlie shows up. The highly watchable Eddie Jones. Did you guys recognize him at all?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
What'd y'all recognize him?
God,
Well,
everything.
go back to the 90s. He played Jonathan Kent in the Lois and Clark New Adventures of Superman.
Oh, good.
He went back all the way.
His dad?
He played the dad. Plus, I mean, he's just been, through the 80s, all the TV shows, movies. He had just bit parts primarily, but I
remembered him as the police captain from Invasion USA.
Yes, he was in Invasion USA. Go back to early 80s. I can't remember if it was 81 or 82. Q, the Winged Serpent.
The Winged Serpent, yeah.
He had a little bit part in that.
Well, he shows up and he approaches them and he tells the kids they'll be coming to live with him now and their Aunt Faye in Florida. He wasn't close to his brother Mac since they were little boys, but he loved the son of a bitch. He hadn't seen him in 50 years, but he loved him. All right, I guess now's I mentioned it a minute ago, a good time as any to mention that Lauren, the brother, is played by Shannon Presby, who quit acting pretty much immediately after this film. I've made some actors do that over the years, haven't you? You see me, Doctor. And Abby is played by the beautiful Lori Loughlin, Aunt Becky of Full House fame.
Looking just absolutely scrumptious.
Well, she's been all over the news lately. My God, she looks just as gorgeous at 54 as she did at 24.
Yeah, she hasn't.
I'm gonna be honest,
She hasn't changed that
looks
much.
better
Red.
She
now
looks better
than-
now than ever. She's aging like she's not aging.
She's not.
She, of course, Lori Loughlin has been in the news just ad nauseum lately as part of the college admission scandal. Apparently, she and her hubby bought her 2 daughters' way into USC. It's been a huge thing already. Some people are got jail sentences from it.
Oh wow, it's horrible. Rich people use money to get their kids into something. We've
What do you
never
guys-
heard of this before.
What do you guys think? Is that?
I think.
Do you guys have an opinion either way on it? Or is it just,
I think what they're doing to her and him, even though that they're, because they're pleading not guilty and they're so high profile, the DA is just going at them like a pit bull. We'll see later.
William
in
H.
this thing.
Macy's wife has already pled guilty, I believe.
Yeah.
Felicity Huffman.
I'm just like they're talking
Is
about.
this worthy of jail time?
They're talking about jail time, and I'm like, no, it's not. I don't want to spend money on putting these people in jail. Make them do community service for 5-6 years. Make them pick up trash along the sidewalk. Let's get something out of this. Let's not put them in jail.
So, Yax's humorous, jaded reaction and comment there is pretty much exactly
rich people doing rich people things.
exactly how I feel. This is just a fact. It's not like, oh, you're so tough or oh, you're so cool or anything like that. It's just a fact. I don't know about you guys. I've basically lost the ability to feel like outraged or anything like this.
We are in the minority at that.
As soon as I heard it, my initial response was one of amusement. I was like, oh, so that's what Lori Loughlin's been up to these days.
I didn't know she was still around. Apparently, she's like in a lot of Hallmark movies.
I don't care.
That doesn't surprise me.
It's apparently the numbers are pretty exorbitant. That Felicity Huffman's was $15,000, and that Loughlin and her clothing designer husband
It's like $500,000.
spent $500,000. I don't care. Same thing with Cody. It's like, oh wow, you mean the extremely wealthy have used their money and wealth and privilege to break the rules of fair play in their own favor? Gee whiz.
Breaking news.
Where have you been? Neptune? Come on. So I don't care. To Tut's point, they booted the daughter out of school. I'm sure there's so much. The public shaming is going to be worse than anything you can do.
I thought the interesting thing about compared to all the other cases was with their kid, because the kid had actually started her own business on YouTube, had millions of followers, was making millions of dollars on her own.
Yeah.
I guess she had been on record saying she didn't want to go to college,
Yeah.
and this was important to them. So she got kind of dragged into this nonsense, but it's nonsense. I mean,
Just
gotta throw
if you write out a check for $500,000 to get her into school, write out another check for $500,000 to a scholarship fund, and the daughter's booted out of school, and let's be done with it and fuck off.
Be done with it. But no, the DA's got to make a career. Let's go.
I think we're all in agreement. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Much like everything else everybody's pissed off about these days.
Now the guy who was actually committing the fraud, who
Okay,
actually
no,
set up
the
that,
guy who's taking millions of dollars and weaseling these little rich kids.
now
in.
that I can see going after him. But,
I thought we were gonna like him. Sorry, I misread your signals.
You don't know how
damn
Lori
problem.
Loughlin couldn't get her kid into school when she should clearly just go up to one of the guys who's in charge of the school
Hi.
and be like, "Hi, I'm Lori Loughlin."
You've watched too many '80s TNA movies with Dean Dinglehopper and the yes, Miss Laughlin. She comes in a trench coat, and that's not how it works.
But damn
Isn't
it,
it?
it should, Yax.
I believe it will.
The only other thought
Have
I
you-
have on the
I think
matter.
it's
I think
totally-
we just specified earlier. Have you seen Lori Loughlin?
I
today?
think- totally
believe
would.
that's how my mother got me into Sam Houston State University.
The only other thought I have on the matter is that this has obviously been going on for decades, but it would seem that now that as we continue, everybody getting used to the depths of the information age, that it's getting harder and harder to get away with stuff like this. There's a similar situation. Again, it's oh really, this happens kind of reaction. There's been I hate to use the word scandal, but finally, after decades of this being a joke with college recruiting, there are finally some college basketball assistant coaches that are in some deep shit.
Give players a little bit of money.
Involving the assistant coaches, the head coach acting like, well, I didn't know, wealthy boosters and shoe companies trying to get forwarding money to kids to get them to go to certain schools, and they finally have actually caught some people and found them guilty, whereas this has been going on forever. So I just think that now, whereas you could destroy a paper trail, now that every bank transaction, every text, every email, it might actually be easier to ferret out some of this corruption because it's just going to be harder and harder to hide it.
Yeah.
But again, it was the same thing. I was like, oh, really? Before the SMU death penalty, there was a story that when Eric Dickerson showed up on the SMU campus, he had a new Trans Am. But that was in like 1980. I mean, some rich... I'm picturing the
I
rich
think he
Texan.
still has that Trans Am.
I'm picturing the rich Texan from The Simpsons just walking into a car dealership, paying cash for a Trans Am, giving it to Eric Dickerson. There's no evidence. How are you going to prove it?
I actually think Tut's right. I think there's a story where he still has that Trans Am and the license plate is something like first round or
I can't remember what the license plate was.
It's throwing it in everybody's face. He kind of wears it as a badge of.
That was the only other thing I thought was that now maybe it's just going to be harder and harder to keep all this stuff hidden if you're involved in these sorts of wide ranging things.
It is.
I could give a shit.
We're kind of beyond the days where you could just give somebody an envelope and
one of those cartoon sacks of money with big dollar
signs on it. I mean, now you probably give a kid a debit card or a prepaid Visa and recharge it and that's got a trail.
And even then, that's going to have a trail.
Everything's got a trail. Every text is. You can't do anything anymore. Okay. Well, that's like it or not. That's probably what Lori Loughlin, after 30 years in the business of acting, that's what she's going to be known for. Is the chick who spent $500,000 to get her kids into college.
And then they're going to show her face, and everybody's going to go, "That's all right."
I don't see how people with that kind of money are ever going to serve any jail time. But even it would. They're probably slap a bracelet on her and make her do 6 months house arrest or something.
I don't know. Look at what they did to Martha Stewart.
I'm not aware of that.
Well, it was insider trading from the stock market. I mean, these people were just getting their kids into school.
If you get a DA who's hard up and wants to make a name for themselves, they will go at them like a pit bull. They will absolutely go at them.
We'll see. Maybe when it's all settled.
I hope not. Like I said, I would rather see her on the side of the road picking up trash for a while. Or like Mincy said, cutting a check for a scholarship fund. That serves society better than jail time.
I agree.
I'm sorry, get over yourselves. You don't have to sit there, oh, she got jail time. That's what that bitch deserved.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're paying for that.
It's about time liberal Hollywood got taken down a notch.
Now, if you're some 19, 20-year-old who's going to LA Community College and you applied for USC and you didn't have the money and they were like, sorry, we just don't have a spot for you, I can understand maybe some bitterness and rancor on that part, but that's like
this is real life, kid. Get used to it.
That's like, let's create a victim so we can create.
That's what all the uproar is about. They're taking slots from. Come on.
Yeah.
When's it gonna stop, Mincy?
That's like the Tony Romo in the golf.
As if that hasn't
What's
been
next,
happening.
Huh?
What's this?
Oh no, the doctor before we'd start, he said apparently Tony Romo, the old Dallas Cowboys quarterback, he gets to play in a pro golf tournament once a year where they give him an exception. He's a good golfer, and it brings a little bit of panache to an event, and everybody loves it.
He's a celebrity.
And apparently there's this jackass radio DJ in Dallas who's up in arms about it. What do you say?
Well, and it's just, I should point that this guy didn't like Romo when he played, and used to, Romo was a polarizing figure when he played to Cowboys fans, but he used to bust his balls back then, and this guy also is a golfer, this radio guy. His name's Steve Dennis, and he's been he has a show with Tim Kalishaw, who's kind of famous. He's on that Around the Horn show on ESPN, and he's been just really just going off on Romo, that because this isn't the first time. There was one other time this year that Romo got an exemption to play on a tour event. He's a scratch golfer. But this guy's whole thing is there's these up-and-coming golfers that are amateurs that deserve a spot, and Romo stole a spot from him. But he's real adamant about it. He's like, he took somebody else's spot. That's not fair. You got these other guys out there. He's like, where does it end? Huh? What's next? The Boston Bruins are going to decide to sell more tickets? Are going to put Lady Gaga in goal? And it's just, at that point, I turned the radio. This is preposterous. Shut up.
Dogs going to be kissing cats? It's craziness. All right. Well, you know who doesn't have to break any rules to get ahead in the game?
Who's that?
That's right, Tut. Our good friends over at Drew Estate. Tobacco Special cigars are made by the almighty Drew Estate, the same folks who brought you Liga Privada, Undercrown, Nica Rustica, and more. Your choice of either extra dark Connecticut broadleaf or natural Connecticut shade wrappers, envelope, a Sumatra binder, and Nicaraguan Criollo filler leaves.
Criollo.
Before aging, the cigars are slowly infused with Nicaraguan estate-grown coffee. The smoke is medium to full body, depending on the wrapper. Its rich tobacco flavors commingling with the unmistakable aroma of coffee and just a little bit of sweetness. I'm a fan, and you'll be too. Seek them out.
Do it.
Speaking of cigars, what do you guys think of this?
Do it.
You guys about all into the end of the first third? It is a slow-smoking cigar.
Starting to get into what I would consider the half. Yeah, man, that cedar note, that leather note has just been playing bananas with me. Really, really nice.
So you're getting bananas.
No, they're playing bananas.
Oh, okay.
I'm not tasting bananas.
Oh, okay.
Still getting a nice little spice little deal on the
It's there.
on the nose.
It's there.
It's not like
sometimes it spikes a little bit, sometimes, but it's always there.
it's not aggressive. It's just nice and pleasant on there.
I am getting a little bit of cream and saltiness, kind of a muted creaminess and saltiness on the palate, but you're right. The leather and the cedar are battling it out for the main flavor profile where I'm at. Yeah, boy?
About the same, yeah. I mean,
I'm really
leather picked up.
You like it? You see, you really like it, huh? Tim?
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No.
Go ahead.
Light spice, leather. I'm still getting that cream. No saltiness.
Got a little bit of saltiness. Doctor, you enjoying it?
Light spice, no real transition. I'm very much enjoying it. Weren't we going to keep going?
Nice
though,
flavors.
with
I'm gonna drop in when we do our Drew Estate spot. I'm gonna
okay.
Just kind of touch on a little bit. Okay, I am enjoying it too. And good construction. I have left it alone for a while. Burns fine. So yeah, I'll come back to it. Well, after a long Greyhound bus ride down to Florida, set to a cheesy musical score that honestly sounds just fucking terrible, Lauren and Abby arrive in Florida. The score was actually done by Lalo Schifrin. I'm sorry. He composed the fucking Mission Impossible theme.
Didn't he do like Dirty Harry too?
Yeah, a couple of the Dirty Harry movies.
And he just phoned this in and took a check.
But man, there's nothing close to that catchiness on display here. Uncle Charlie picks them up from the bus stop in his bright red convertible Cadillac. He's a little late. You get the feeling he's always a little late for everything.
Hey, you made it to the funeral. Come on.
And he tells them
Barely.
they're going to have a great time together.
But then he put the kids on a bus.
Exactly.
Look, I got to go back to my first class seat on the plane. But
Yeah,
I'm going to get you there.
I'll get you there.
Your parents have just been killed. I'm going to do the worst thing for you, which is put you on a Greyhound bus to Florida.
Is there anything worse?
God.
No.
As he drives them to the middle of nowhere,
Because you're going to Florida.
a.k.a. No, it's even worse. It's Florida, and he drives in the middle of a swamp to Santa's Funland, where
Your
he's
niece and nephew committed suicide on the bus.
he takes them to Santa's Funland, where he's going to introduce them to the concept of slave labor.
now we learn the real reason old Uncle Charlie picked them up.
They thought
we got two in-shape bodies
they
here.
thought they got a new family. Uncle Charlie got 2 new employees who will work for free.
Pretty much.
Santa's Funland is a work-in-progress seasonal amusement park that Uncle Charlie has invested everything he has in, and with the kids' help, and maybe a little bit of your money, it's going to be a huge success. It's got the live animals, a merry-go-round, lots of fun shit.
Now let me lock you two in your shed-like quarters.
And Uncle Charlie thinks once it's fixed up, all those people heading to Disney World up north
We're just 20 miles away
will
from the closest
absolutely
interstate.
stop by and throw some cash in his face as a little appetizer for the big show. Speaking of shows, he shows them their bedroom, like the doctor said, which is a shared old barn filled with creepy old puppets and carnival mirrors. Sleep well, kids. But yet, the kids say they can make it work. And Charlie's so happy at how well this transition's going, he says, you know what? I'll throw some burgers and dogs on the grill and feed you guys. Oh, how nice, you're feeding them.
Please, sir. More burgers?
Another dog, sir? Well, let's get that roller coaster running, then we'll get you a hot dog.
Well, my only question here is because I was like,
How
oh,
can you
great.
eat
So
your
they're,
hot dog?
they're sleeping in a shed in Florida.
Yes.
They have mosquitoes the size of dogs.
Didn't see any window units in there either.
No.
Hey, but these kids are... Nothing phases them. We'll make it work.
In this
We'll
part
make
of
it work.
Florida, it wouldn't be ridiculous for a giant alligator to just walk up to that screen door would have kept him out.
I was
waiting. They had that.
I was waiting for Uncle Charlie to have one of those novelty sweat pickles.
We then show the McWilliam kids.
Your work at the ring toss was lackluster. Now get in the sweat pickle.
Get in the sweat pickle. We then show the McWilliam kids at their first day of high school. This transition isn't actually that difficult for them. They're military kids. They change schools a lot.
Yeah, that's
over
true.
the years.
That's very true.
A young Eric Stoltz tries to awkwardly flirt with Abby in algebra class, but she's always got a smile on her face, and very politely blows him off. He would go on to star in a really good movie, Some Kind of Wonderful.
Oh, yes.
Just 2 years after this. And he's fine in this. He's okay. He's just kind of
just young.
An awkward redhead.
He's just real young.
Yeah, young kid.
I mean, everybody
he
in
fits
here.
the role that character is supposed to play.
Yeah, he does. He does good. After she elbows an aggressive thug in the student center who gets a little too handsy with her, the guy and his knucklehead buddies then set their focus on her brother Lauren at the water fountain. They give him the business, but he's unflinching, like a sister. He's seen it all before. They're the new kids in town. We've seen it all before. He tells the main jackass Gideon, or Gid, played by Return of the Living Dead's and Point Break.
Yeah,
John Philbin,
Return
of the Living Dead, Point Break, and also Children of the Corn.
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
He gives his life to the He Who Walks by the Rose. He tells
I forgot
him
about the corn.
He tells Gideon, Lauren does, nothing phases me. And Gideon says, well, we'll have to see about that, won't we? These guys are really rednecky.
Well,
you're offended by that?
Not very menacing to me. I don't know why.
Goofballs.
The accents were so fucking over the top.
Until Spader shows
man.
up, they're a bunch of goofballs.
Like you think you could really probably fool these
hell,
guys.
I'm gonna get me some of that girl over there, and it ain't gonna be pretty, huh, John boy?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah, we gonna do this. I will say this: when he was at that water fountain, and he looks up at Lauren and he was like, "What? You got a problem?" And I just wish Lauren would have just been like, "No, but you do now." And he's a military kid. Go at it, man. Just absolutely.
You're the new kid, man. You got to just try your best for a few days at least to assimilate.
I just wanted to point out that this water fountain is getting so much use. There's a line.
There's a giant line at this water fountain.
I was like, what?
It was 85. They didn't have vending machines.
Actually, you know what? Once a year, I volunteer my time for a whole day at my kids' school.
Yeah.
And there is a giant line at the water fountain. After recess, dude, 20 people deep.
And Cade's the Gideon type asshole who stands in front of it blocking all those thirsty kids.
What, you got a problem?
You got a problem with me? Oh, now it's Anna Cole voice. That's the only voice You want some of this H2O?
Okay, maybe the accent wasn't that far off.
No, maybe not.
I retract my accent statement. I'm sorry.
Well, after school, the tough crew, these Gideon and his buddies, led by a very bleached blonde James Spader, no introduction obviously necessary. This movie comes 1 year before Pretty in Pink.
I knew it was before.
And 1 year after his first kind of breakthrough in Tough Turf.
Ooh, I don't think I've seen Tough Turf.
Which he was actually the new kid in that one, if you remember.
Okay.
Tough Turf is actually...
it's a good movie.
It's a reversal of his character.
Check it out.
He plays
Okay.
the new kid.
Because I know in this, I wanted to travel back in time, go to that school, and punch him in the face.
Oh, he's hateable.
He is... He chews up the scenery with how much of a dick he is.
You just want to punch him right
Well,
in the
that's kind of one of the cool things is like,
which you wanted to do in Pretty in Pink too, but you kind of like the guy too. He's so smarmy. He was
Spader. I mean, most people don't realize. I mean, that's how he started out. He was the '80s blonde douchebag, and I mean, he did it. For this movie, obviously, he did it for Pretty in Pink.
Jack's back. Was he in St. Elmo's Fire?
Yes, he was.
Was he in St. Elmo's Fire?
Yes, he was.
But I mean,
he was always kind of the dick.
There was some, and that was just sort of the rise within the '80s. I mean, he was the blonde douchebag.
Yeah.
Johnny from Karate Kid.
Yeah.
Even
if you're blonde in the '80s, you probably were a dickhead.
Lee McCloskey from Hamburger. He played a blonde douchebag. Fraternity Vacation.
And just one of the guys.
Well, the bad crew, is out in the woods at their house shooting at moonshine bottles in the swamp with an old revolver while training their pit bull for an upcoming fight. They got it tied to a rope, and they're hanging meat. Spader's character, Dutra. What a name.
Dutra or Deetra?
Dutra.
That is a name.
Bets Gideon $50 he can pop Abby's cherry first. Another one of their buddies, Gideon goes in on that. He'll get her. Another one of his buddies throws in 50 that it ain't happening for anybody with her. She wouldn't give y'all the steam off her shit. That was actually the punchline of another one of my comics. But the bet has been made, and that cannot be good for Dear Abby. Hey, Dear Abby, that's another newspaper columnist like myself.
Oh, God.
One of my contemporaries
Oh.
in the business. Back at Santa's Funland, Uncle Charlie is completely inexperienced Lauren helping him assemble a giant roller coaster.
This is going to be safe.
This will be safe. He's up there with like a screwdriver. This thing's like shooting around at 80 miles an hour. Just tighten it a little bit more. You'll be all right.
Absolutely.
We'll
What could
learn
go wrong?
later, too, he let the insurance lap on Santa's Funland. Seems legit. And he's Uncle Charlie's lamenting about the funds they lack to take the park to the next level. He's got big dreams and big ideas.
Oh, big dreams.
It's taking all the gas. They own a little convenience store right next to the park. It's taking all the gas from the pumps to run the park generators at night. But if they get a new generator, oh, sky's the limit. And speaking of gas...
If only I had some rich orphans that I've imprisoned here to work for me.
As Lauren's trying to bite off his leg to get away from his chains. Speaking of gas, Spader's Dutra pulls up to the gas pumps in his sweet maroon van.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I know it was the 80s still, but I was like, oh man, he just rolled up in a van.
Fuck yeah, he did.
And so Uncle Charlie sends Abby over there. She's on the ticket booth station, which at this stage, she's buying tickets to this thing. There's like a duck and a rabbit, and like, there's not even a Santa at Santa's Funland.
No.
There's nothing fun in Santa's Fun.
Where's Santa's Funland?
Where's the
Uncle
fun?
Charlie's like, oh, they put on a suit.
No, they don't even have the suits.
They don't have a Santa, no. But anyway, Abby runs over to pump some gas for Dutra. He asks her to go to the upcoming dance with him. I'm Dutra. You know what that means? But she clearly doesn't, so she politely declines. I come in here acting all decent and you turn me down? I don't fucking believe that. You're crazy, she says. And doctor style, he says, I'll show you crazy. As he bangs his head against the van and then jumps in and squeals off.
So this is the first point where I think that as much as Spader brings it, it really would have been interesting and maybe better if he'd played Dutra as Steph from Pretty in Pink.
More calm? Maybe a blazer?
There's a dance coming up on Friday night. I'm sure you've heard about it. I'll pick you up. We'll go shoot some trap. What do you say? Look, Abby, I asked you nicely. I don't get what the big deal is here, all right?
Should know who he is,
You
Doctor.
fucking bitch. You're going to find out. You're going to find out who Dutra is. I'll show you how crazy I am. I can't believe it.
Can we just like start this movie over and reshoot him?
I would like that.
I'm trying to.
I like his idea.
I'm
It
trying
works.
to secure the remake rights as we speak. Nobody declines an invitation from Dutra to the high school dance, damn it.
Not if you ask so decently.
And is it just me, or is it always weird in these movies when the kids are doing such bad things? Like the bad guys, these kids are snorting blow, they're selling weed, they're hoarding guns,
They've got
they're doing
moonshine,
pit bull fighting, but they're still concerned about the high school dance.
I like the idea that if you ask someone nicely, they should say yes.
Well, yeah, and then when they decline, it goes bad fast.
This was a bit of a painful reminder about how I used to ask girls out back in my teen years.
Look,
I'd go
I asked
over,
you
I'd be
nicely.
nice, they'd say no, and then I'd go bonkers. I'm going to show you crazy. Bitch.
Well, he's out of there, and you got a feeling this is not going to be good. Going back to Abby and Lauren for a minute, the thing is, nothing seems to phase these fucking kids. She just kind of smiles and runs off after that whole episode. Their parents' death, these new bullies, nothing rocks them whatsoever. So if that's the angle Sean S. Cunningham was going for in casting these two actors that combined have the acting range of a $10 toaster, I guess he succeeded. Like, hey, they're so bad, it'll come across as their dad trained them to be emotionless.
Yeah.
That's an insult to my toaster.
Because they're just both. They're not bad in any other aspect of the movie. They're serviceable.
Yeah.
But they have no reactions to any intense things. This guy's smashing his head on a van.
Not yet.
You're gonna pay, bitch. And she's like, all right, see ya. And like the dad does.
No, she gives a nice. She's like a little sigh. That was it.
And whenever they talk about her dad, she does this number. Wiping tears that don't exist. All right. It works somehow. It works. Because of the military aspect, I think. Otherwise, it'd be like, wow, they really dropped it here.
They're very resilient.
Stay strong. It's a jungle out there. Wouldn't it be cool if at some point Lauren like pulled out from his suitcase this little box and he opened it and Atkins' mustache was in there?
No.
And when the shit goes down at the end, he takes it out and puts it on?
No,
that wouldn't.
It'd be acceptable.
That wouldn't be realistic at all. All right. Well, not all my ideas, like Family Full of Squares, are home runs. I got some bad ones in there. The next day at school, Gideon tries his best once again to put the moves on Abby in the library. It's 80s. She's scrolling through some microfiche.
And he just comes to breathe down her neck from behind.
He straddles her, basically. He tells her she's going to wreck her brain with all these books and shit.
you gonna wreck your brain with all that books and learning
What you
stuff.
need to do is go to the drive-in with me, and you'll come back a new person. Not surprisingly, she declines that invitation.
Another young courting tactic of mine. So it didn't work too well.
She even turns him down when he invites her to a dog fight, like a real dog.
You ever
like
seen a dog fight?
A Michael Vick style dog fight. And she finally flat out says she doesn't want to go out with him, like, ever. He sticks out his tongue and wiggles it at her, but even that remarkably smooth move right out of Tuttle's 9th grade handbook doesn't work.
It's true.
She finally tells him, you know what, just get lost. So he changes tactics and he spits a loogie on her computer screen and tells her to sit there and rot. Bit crass. Eric Stoltz sees all this going over, and his character Mark, he comes over and he tries to comfort her, but she makes it clear, I don't need you to comfort me. I can take care of myself. He's trying.
He's trying. Yeah.
That'd be
the
funny if he
right
did
way.
something like Revenge of the Nerds, where he makes him pop up on that
On the
computer screen and she
computer,
just turns it off and walks away. She spits on it again. Show Stoltz crying. In the
Real tears.
Real tears. I was about to say real tears.
In the cafeteria, a hot blonde is giving the googly eyes to Lauren, and he's playing it cool, best he can. Spader's Dutra sidles up next to Abby and apologizes for the other day at the gas pumps. She obviously didn't know who he was, and he thinks her pretty face makes coming to school pretty exciting for once. When she tells him to read her lips, no. He pops up and says, you know, bitch, you had your shot and you just fucked it up. Man, these guys just...
Once again, look,
They do have
Abby,
$50 writing on this.
You didn't actually know who I was yesterday when I came over to fill up the van, so I'm kind of going to give you a free pass on this one. What do you say we head down to the drive-in, now that you know who the Dutra is? You're going to rue the day you said no to me, you fucking bitch.
She's not like that, Dutra. She's not like that.
Listen, Blaine, I'm sorry that you're on the rag today, but what do you say we just get out of here and go, poke
Dog
fun at-
fights, moonshine. She's not about this life, Dutra.
You know what, Blaine? You're really kind of turning into a drag. It's really kind of harshing my buzz.
All of a sudden, a pit bull jumps on Andrew McCarthy. Everybody's all... You just fucked it up, he tells her, to which Lauren stands up for his sister. It feels so weird his name's Lauren. It's a girl name.
Yeah.
Lauren stands up for his sister and tells Dutra, I don't like you and I don't like the way you talk, which causes Dutra to smirk and walk away. This isn't going to be good for the new kids, is it, Yaks? They made some enemies fast. I mean, they have $50 on this. They really want... It's a prize.
Where did 1980s high school kids get $50?
Well, they're selling weed.
They're selling weed.
They're running
Coke.
dog fights.
And dog fights. And moonshine.
And still worried about the high school dance. I just can't get over that. Like, all right, we got the dog fight on Saturday night. We're shipping 50 M16s to the Sandinistas.
Hey,
I got 30 kilos of coke coming here. I got to pick up my tux for the dance. Like, what the hell?
Is that before we meet the Colombians for the Coke bust? Or
I was thinking about maybe we go down to the What's that stupid restaurant they all eat in Florida before the dance?
Stuckey's?
Maybe. I was thinking, I don't know. None of this makes any sense.
It's Florida.
Stoltz, Mark's, the nerd Stoltz, has wormed his way into at least eating with them at lunch. He tells Abby, that's the only thing he'll be eating in Abby's proximity, am I right?
Put that one in your family squares.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
Oh, God, don't encourage him. Stop it.
He tells Lauren and Abby that Dutra is about as much fun as a rabid dog, and the best thing to do is stay out of his face. That night at the gas stations, the kids work tirelessly. It's late, and they're doing the accounting books for Uncle Charlie. Aunt Faye's like, just let him get some rest, Charlie. Lauren's crunching numbers. Lauren's like scrubbing the gas pumps. What a dick. When you texted me and you're like, I'm not sure who the bad guy is in this thing. Were you thinking Uncle Charlie?
No, but that's a good point.
Well, Uncle Charlie's on the phone. He seals a deal for a new electric generator to run the park at night, and he's super excited. But his wife, Aunt Faye's stressed out about all the money troubles and debt he's getting them into. But he assures her, honey, things are going to turn out just fine, I promise.
He's all, don't worry, he's going through Abby's purse. We're going to pay for it.
Soon enough, we're going to be farting through silk. She giggles. Good old Charlie. He's always got something up his sleeve. Sounds like shit can't possibly go wrong, right?
Oh, everything's going wrong with Good Time Charlie. Come on.
I bet he's been saying we're going to fart through silk for 30 years
For
with this
30
chick.
fucking years on. And this
That was his wedding vows.
And this is
We're going to fart through silk.
And this isn't
and
his,
we're going to fart through silk.
this isn't his first rodeo. There was the alligator ranch, the emu ranch before that.
Oh, yeah. This is like his last straw. And I love, isn't this basically what that dude in Abducted in Plain Sight, that documentary, the pedophile, wasn't his last ditch? It was a fun land in Florida?
I think so.
Begs the question, was Charlie even McWilliams' real brother? I see a couple of rich kids. Somebody died. Let's show up.
I read something in the papers.
Tell him I'm the long-lost uncle.
Sure didn't look like Atkins, did he?
No.
Your father told...
That's like twins with Arnold and DeVito. Atkins and this loser?
Hadn't seen your dad in 50 years. We were real close. Now come on down to Florida.
Your father told you about me,
And
right?
then more interesting would be like, hey, kids, Uncle Charlie? Yeah, that's right, Uncle
That's
Charlie.
right.
Uncle Charlie.
Yeah. Hey, maybe at night, Lauren takes the mustache out of the case and goes in Uncle Charlie's room and tries to set it on Charlie's face, and it gets rejected. Like two magnets that won't go together. You're not my dad's brother. All right, I'm sorry.
But Lauren, there's some accounting he's doing.
But by the way, the Ducks have made a
Grab that
mighty
lid.
mess. They've crapped their...
I'm going to need you to clean up the duck shit.
Clean up the duck shit. We'll talk
I'm busy
about it.
farting through silk.
Can you go feed Molly?
Bob Evans is where they would go eat before
Bob
the dance.
Evans, yes.
That's the restaurant I was trying to think of. You like Bob Evans?
No, I was just thinking it was
You
time
lived
to
in
go
Florida
feed Molly
briefly.
the
Didn't
rabbit.
you take me to a Bob Evans?
In Florida?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, when you helped me move to Texas, we ate one named
I was
Bob
also
Evans.
put through manual labor for no money or gratitude. For
And I also made you wear a prom dress.
I wore a dress.
Hey, Florida.
It's Florida.
It's its own little
It's
place.
something.
Well, back in their shared bedroom, Abby confronts Lauren for giving Uncle Charlie $2,000 more of their money. But he says, you know what, Abby, we've got to help out around here. This is our family now. And there's still a little left. Ugh. I'm sure they got the money from the house sale at least.
Oh, that was the money for the house sale.
And I'm sure the dad had some insurance.
No, wait, what house sale? I thought they were living on an army base.
so
That
this
was-
was-
That's true.
They ate up all... Uncle Charlie's already used up all the insurance money on this fucking place. But just then, Spader's Dutra and his crew spray paint all over Santa's Funland, and they knock a bunch of walls down with their pickup truck. They're taking it up a notch. Real quick, we haven't talked at all about the beer. Are you guys liking it?
yes.
It's
Have
a
you
very
got
solid beer.
Anything
It's a nice,
more than kind of a creamy chocolate stout? That's all. I have got no
That's
coffee.
all I'm getting, yeah.
No coffee, just creamy and chocolate. And
yeah, creamy chocolate niceness. Yeah.
Okay, I just didn't want to forget about it. I do like it, and it's going very well with cigar, but I'll get to that later. Well, the next morning, the local law enforcement shows up at the Funland, and they're useless, naturally. And also, naturally, Uncle Charlie has let the insurance policy slip by into place, so he can't, get insurance to help fix up the spray paint and the knockdown walls.
But that's okay.
But he's got Abby to work repainting it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got two kids.
Oh, we're
there.
good, Sheriff. But the sheriff's daughter, Karen, comes with him, and her perky boobs come with her, and she starts flirting with Lauren big time. So that's something, yeah.
Silver linings.
Once again, the musical score here is just terrible. What the fuck, Lalo Schifrin? You made some good stuff. Like,
this is horrible, man. This is not even Hallmark Channel worthy.
it's all like, music and
Hallmark Channel.
No, and Vacation.
The
Like when
Lifetime
you just see
movies.
the family truckster like driving into cities. Do 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 do. It's like that. It's just
I think maybe he had some teenagers that
like
he
stock
had working
music.
music. Come on, crank that out. These movies aren't going to.
he had a couple
He's
orphan
over there in the
kids.
corner and counting a stack of cash.
Abby and Lauren Schifrin.
That's my thought. I mean, when you talked about the dude's pedigree, I was just like, "Jeez, man, he just phoned this in."
It's bad. Uncle Charlie, he's going to need more paint for the repairs. So he sends Lauren and Abby and their checkbook into town to buy some supplies. You know what? Use my Cadillac. Enjoy yourselves. You got your checkbook? Jeez, thanks, Uncle Charlie. All it took was cutting him a $2,000 check to let him escape for a few hours. Let me undo your shackles.
Get in the car and I'm going to shackle you to the door.
Well, I'm only going to shackle one of you because I need the other one to go into the hardware store.
Paint. But they aren't in town for 10 seconds before the bad kids see them park across the street and quickly move in to key the shit out of the convertible while Lauren and Abby are in the hardware store buying paint and whatnot. Abby sees the hoodlums crouch down across the street around the Cadillac, tells Lauren, and when they run across to meet them, they're immediately confronted by Dutra and his cronies, telling them, "Yeah, we saw a bunch of well-dressed motherfuckers in three-piece suits here keying your car." To which Gideon says, "Yeah, real attractive motherfuckers." What's that about?
I don't know.
When John Law shows up, wait for it, he ain't much help. None of these cops are. Lauren declines to make a police report. I'll handle this on my own.
Why didn't Abby just speak up and said, "Yes, I saw them key the crap out of this car"?
She defers to Lauren, and Lauren says no.
She's seen the side of Lauren before.
Lauren's getting the eye of the tiger.
Okay, maybe.
I'll take care of this my damn self. When they get back to Santa's Funland, was that the only one who did feel quite sorry? Uncle Charlie sees the Cadillac all keyed up. My car! Serves you well, you opportunist asswipe.
I felt a little sorry for Charlie because you just don't, like John Travolta said, you don't mess with another man's ride.
Well, that's true, but you also don't live in a fucking swamp eating hot dogs driving a bright red Cadillac.
But if you did, you don't mess with that man's Cadillac.
No, it's never okay to mess with somebody's car.
No.
All right. Well, that night, Lauren executes a stealth mission into the country home that all the bad boys share, apparently. They all live together in a little house.
Is that all of them? I just thought it was Dutra's.
No,
Yeah,
but
I just thought it was Dutra's house.
I thought it was a deal where like, the other guys...
I thought like his mom and dad are down there.
That's what I thought.
I thought it was a gang house. Like
No,
they
I
were
thought
all
he was in
living.
high school. And
Yeah.
That's like his parents were out or something.
That's what I thought because I was like, man, it's a nice little house.
Oh,
It's all right.
okay. Yeah.
I didn't think it was a flop house for the gang where they train their pit bull and
I did. I thought they all.
Smuggle their
I thought they all just
booze.
kind of lived out there together. Hey, I lived for a little while in high school with a buddy who had a house that was kind of like a party house. He lived in. Anything's possible. It doesn't matter.
moving on.
Well, Lauren, you don't want to hear about my time, and no. Well, Lauren sneaks into the bedroom and holds a knife to Dutra's throat as he lays in
He
bed.
does that's way too easy. I was just like,
Oh, he gets right
Oh
in.
man, he like picked the lock going in.
But that's
he knew
why
exactly
I thought his
how.
house was filled with the bad guys because the way he maneuvers around the house. But he puts a knife up to Dutra's throat.
He just committed breaking and
Breaking
entry and
Well, he doesn't care.
assault. And
can they prove that he broke in there? No. He's like a freaking ninja.
Yes.
Dad isn't just like, jogging with him. Here, punch the bag. Also, when you slip it behind the terrorist, you have
Exactly.
to put the knife gently against the and drag it across.
Dutra's wearing nothing but some bright
Then
blue
the
bikini
stash
briefs.
will grow.
wet your first
Dude,
blood and
every
then the
time
stash
he did
will
something
go.
awesome, and just a little
Little
bit of
bit of
mustache. Till the end, he's like,
It's like
Kurt Russell
like,
in the Hateful Eight.
like Pinocchio's nose. And just every time you do something awesome, the mustache grows.
It's like Sam Elliott at the end of the movie. Oh, that'd be awesome. No. Did you hear what Dutra was wearing in bed?
Pair of navy blue bikini
Tight
briefs.
little Yak Boy style, tight little bright blue bikini briefs.
You don't know that.
I've seen it.
I do.
That's true.
I've slept with you many times.
Oh, boy.
that.
No.
Milk stout.
I was
stout meat. Stout meat.
No. I was wearing bikini briefs too.
Beer meat.
I think I just got my other cartoon.
This is when I texted you and said I wasn't sure who the real bad guy was.
Yeah.
This was very uncomfortable. Lauren coming in there, Spader in his briefs.
First blood style.
Lauren coming in there and holding a knife to his throat.
you.
Where's the fucking money? I mean, this is crazy.
He's pretty dark.
And it was done in a way that you know that this wasn't the first time he's done this.
No, the other guys just committed some vandalism. Okay,
At this
They're
point, yes.
they're assholes, but they did some spray paint and they knocked down a corrugated tin fence. He breaks into the house in the middle of the night, puts a knife to the dude's throat, and where's the fucking money? He broke in and
Ties
he
him
robbed
up.
him.
Waiting for Lauren to turn around. This isn't Grenada.
Yeah, fucking stuck a sock in his mouth.
Do you want to hear a joke, Dutra? God. Jesus, this guy's intense.
They said, make the village disappear. I did what I had to do.
Dude, that's the scene with him and Abby the next day. They found his bikini brief strung up bloody on a... I did what I had to do. He tells Dutra they're even now after he gets the money to repair the car. He puts a sock in his mouth and holds him hostage until he gets the money.
Yeah, not hardly. I'd say Dutra and the boys kind of deserve a little payback at this point.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, let's see, you just broke into this dude's house, tied him up, stuffed a sock in his mouth, robbed him of all of his money, threatened him with a
Not all
with
his
a
money.
knife on
He
him.
just took enough to pay for
Yeah,
the
that's
car and
true.
he left the rest.
That's true. But
It's important.
put a knife to his throat, threatened him with his life. Oh, yeah, you're even. Yeah, sure, there's nothing. It's over. Yeah, you're right. It's over. Because he said that it's done. You get it? We're done now, right? We're done.
This is one of the more uneven parts of the film, or what makes the film slightly uneven for me, is that it kind of changes things in that, as great as Spader is,
You just saw another psycho
this
in there?
introduction of Lauren as a guy who's a little bit on the other side of Section 8, kind of, it makes the bad guys far less menacing. This dude's fucking crazy, man.
Well,
Don't
for
fuck
right
with
now,
Lauren.
for right now.
I didn't get that much at this point. I got a guy who's trained by his dad not to take shit and to be strong and stand up for yourself. Life's a jungle. They fucked up my dad's car. They've been fucking with me since I got here. They've been hitting on my sister right and left. I'm getting that money, and I guess I didn't go that far to be like, man, this guy's
Yeah, I
fucking-"
couldn't disagree more. I think if you're doing all that, life's tough, stand up for yourself, be strong, take care of your sister. He confronts the guy at school the next day. He doesn't break into his house and hold a blade to his throat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Even if he broke in and took the money, it's the whole tie him up with the blade to the throat. That's a whole nother level.
I
of
thought
stuff,
that's why
man.
the house was filled with Gideon and the other bad guys. He didn't want them Dutra to wake them up.
I just thought he didn't want to wake up the parents.
Oh, he didn't care about parent. I thought he was, okay. Well, he tells them it's over. We're even now. But, Doctor, I have a feeling it's not over by a long shot. Am I right?
I mean, you just ruined a really good pair of briefs. I mean, I'm sorry.
shit in those
I'm
briefs.
sorry, Lauren, this isn't over. I'm going to need 3 more pairs of these jockey shorts. Don't grow on trees down here.
The next morning, Lauren hands over a wad of cash to Uncle Charlie to fix his car. He doesn't ask any questions.
Doesn't ask any questions.
Oh, boy, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day.
Good Lord, man.
What a parent figure.
Time to get some of that silk to paw through.
Worst guardian ever. But as Abby feeds the rabbits and chickens, we see Dutra stalking her from across the street behind some trees, and we know shit's about to go down.
Again, his dating style is very similar to my own in high school.
Love lurking behind trees.
Lurking behind trees.
Bikini briefs.
Getting told no and not really being able to accept it.
Hey, man, kids.
Let me clarify that. She said no to the date, and I was upset.
Yes.
Sort of.
Yes, of course.
No means no.
No means no. Always does, always will. Over at the bad kid's house, their hangout. I thought this was all one place. But at their hangout, the guys have their pit bull up on the rope, trained to fight again. And when Dutra shows up, he ain't happy. He spins the dog around a little bit, slaps him around. Shoots down. Some of the crews are asking him, we need some weed. We haven't anything weed. We haven't done anything. He shoots down the request for weed. And when one dude suggests, you know what, maybe just leave Santa's Funland alone after all this, Spader slaps the shit out of him and says, you want out? Well, you're out. I don't want to see you. I don't want to know you. You see me coming, you go the other way. He's got it out for this family.
That's a good point to say, okay, I'm out.
They would have just sent the dog to eat that guy's.
Probably.
Yeah. Nobody quits Dutra.
Well, maybe act like you're still in the gang, and then when you're away from the dog, you just never show up.
We say that, but it's small town. Where's he going to go? Get on Greyhound?
The
And
guy's IQ is about 40, so it's
just
really
never show up with the dog.
what if he does the reverse? He gets on a Greyhound and goes up to their empty house in Virginia or whatever.
Got all that leftover Popeye's chicken in the refrigerator.
Now I'll be them. I'll take over their lives. When the sheriff stops by, approving of their pit bull training, by the way. Looking good, boys.
Oh, that's a good-looking dog you got there. Looking good.
He tells them they can't have any more trouble over at the Funland, but you get the inkling that the boys don't necessarily agree. And agree they clearly do not. As Dutra sneaks into the bathroom while Abby is showering that night, we don't get to see her boobs. Sorry, Yax. And he drops a dead rabbit in the shower with its throat slit. Send a message. You still think Lauren's the bigger psycho, or he killed a rabbit and threw it in there?
Now it's even.
Now we're even?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're done.
Now we're
Now we're done.
Now we're done.
Now.
Well, I was just waiting for her to
chess
go,
game.
Abby
Chess
to go
game.
back in the room and like tell Lauren, and now Lauren's over there like sharpening a knife, like Cobra style, like
Screwing on those explosive warheads on his bow and arrow. Dutra, coming to get you. Just following orders, Lauren.
Your line.
Atkins.
Abby, do we get to win this time?
So Lauren can have one of those Atkins flashback when he's a young kid. Remember your training.
We do have a flashback here pretty soon. The next day at school, we find Lauren.
Mac McMillan calling Laura. Mac McMillan calling Laura. Come in, Lauren.
She does tell Lauren about the rabbit in the shower. He probably had to get it out of there. No girl's gonna.
We know Uncle Charlie didn't.
Uncle Charlie's not gonna get
That's
that
a
out of
terrible
there.
tragedy. Here's a shovel and a plastic sack.
Lauren, there's trash bags down there for
And
running.
here's some Comet. Clean that shower up, will
I'll
you?
tell you what, actually, we're running low on trash bags. You take your checkbook, go down to the grocery store, and get some more.
I could use a
Now
sandwich.
from here on out, I think Lauren's justified in everything. Even
Well-
as weird as the knife deal was, once they start fucking with your sister, it's
They've been fucking with it, but the dead rabbit in the shower. The next day, at school, we find Lauren, to your point, pummeling the shit out of Gideon and Dutra's crew in the school parking lot. You want to fuck with my sister? Fuck with me. He beats the shit out of
why
him.
was the dog in a cage at the high school
It was in-
parking lot?
They just take it to school with them, and it's in the back of their truck.
It's just a little lovable puppy that happens to be chewing the wire and bending it.
Remember, Atkins taught him on that punching bag, and he's just going to town.
Going to
on these
town
dudes.
on it, dude.
Anybody
Sometimes
else?
I bring a pit bull to school tight. You have a problem with it? I mean, look, you saw what I did to Peter Cottontail. If I were you, I'd tread lightly from here on out, all right?
He could be wearing that sweet white suit the whole time.
He had no blazer in this. He had a shirt
He
very
had-
much like Tut's wearing. Tut wore his
I just think-
Dutra-inspired shirt tonight.
I love the shirt. It would have just worked so much better for me if he had these redneck hayseed thugs and he was Steph in the white linen suit and the loafers.
This was a year before Miami Vice. I think Vice came out in '86.
Vice came, yeah, that was the fashion
That's
changer,
what
man.
started the whole thing. Well, anybody else want to fuck with me or my family? Lauren says, and there are no takers because he beat everyone's ass, including Dutra. He's not doing shit. That's it, you understand? He tells Dutra.
It's done.
And as he says that, all the students got in the parking lot. Slow clap. Nobody's ever stood up to these dudes before. And this turns the sheriff's daughter, Karen, on even more. That blonde with the perky boobs. I've seen this shit unfold in real time, boys. When you impress the ladies with by exerting dominance in front of a crowd, they can't help themselves.
Who was that you saw do that?
The poontang just melts around you like a Yankee candle. And not like the big candles. Nobody can afford those. This little Yankee candles.
Oh, I was about to say, not the ones that like
5 wicks.
3 days to.
Yeah, nobody can afford the little ones. The little ones. And I didn't hear Doctor's question. I'm sure.
He said, "Who did you watch do this?"
Lauren. It was a good memory. I kicked some ass. Lauren is confronted in the showers that day after track practice by one of the bad guys. He walks up to him. Lauren's taking a whiz, and this guy comes up and starts pissing in his urinal.
Pissing on him, I think.
Well, he starts pissing in the urinal, and I think he kind of starts swerving. Like, what the hell, man?
First,
that's weird, right? That's a weird way to.
It's very.
I'm going to show this guy who's.
Oh, it's ballsy. It's ballsy.
Well, yeah, you're shoving your balls on him.
Personally, I'm
literally
like
ballsy.
I just don't see why Lauren just didn't knee him in the balls.
No, you punch him in the ball. He's right there next to you. He's pissing right next to you.
Do something. I mean, not be like, what's all this? Look, with everything that's gone down, dude comes into the urinal next to you, looks at you with that little, what's up, dude? You know shit's about to go down. This isn't Lauren's first rodeo. Come on.
No, it's
Listen,
not.
Joe Bob, do me a favor. Lauren's in there. Go and give him a golden shower for me, will you?
You got it, Dutra.
That would have been awesome if Lauren turned around and started pissing all over him. That'd be a weird movie, though, right? They start. Well, it doesn't turn into a pissing match.
Thankfully.
Dutra and his crew quickly rush into the bathroom and beat the piss out of our boy Lauren, with Gideon getting one last kick in the ribs for good measure, because he beat the shit out of Gideon outside. He wanted to.
They got their one-uppance.
They did. They got their come-uppance.
And they even fucking pissed on the dude.
Yeah, they did. That's the worst. We beat your ass, but before we did, we pissed on you.
But now we're back to square one. It is not over.
You know, despite a lot of people saying it's over, that's not working. It's not over. Dude, that'd be funny. Lauren's laying on the ground. Now it's over. No, it's. You don't get to say that. That night, back in their mutual bedroom, Abby tells the wounded and suffering Lauren, he's all bandaged up, his ribs are broke, that she called Colonel Jenkins earlier. At the funeral, he had told him, you kids need anything, you call me.
He said, "You have no Uncle Charlie. Get the hell out of there."
By the way, where have I seen Jenkins
Boy,
before?
he was familiar.
I've seen
he's been
him
in a ton of
things.
stuff. There were 2 movies I know that I saw him in. One, if you're familiar with the Paul Newman hockey movie Slapshot, he was one of the guys on the minor league hockey team.
Thank you. That's where
he also he's in The Untouchables with Sean Connery and Kevin Costner. When they that was a movie I was a big fan of. When they go to Canada to try and stop the illegal whiskey deal,
absolutely,
he's the one that they're kind of punishing.
See, I thought he was the guy from Fletch who took the tags off his mattresses.
No.
Okay.
I actually missed the Untouchables deal, but I got the Slapshot because I was a huge Slapshot fan.
Well, Abby says she called him, and she just wanted to talk to somebody who had their shit together, she says. Lori Laughlin's trying hard here to have an emotional moment. Finally, the way of their parents' deaths catching up to her, but she can't sell it worth a shit. Colonel Jenkins just bought a new house and got some new puppies. It's so hard to be strong, Lauren. She's wiping away tears that aren't there. Like, she's not crying, but she just does this thing over and over again, and her face is totally dry. It's inexperienced actor 101 on display. She just can't do anything remotely believable other than wiping these fake tears away. But now Lauren has a flashback to his dad, Tom Atkins, telling him to be strong.
Be strong.
And he overcomes his injuries. He does some, like, Patrick Swayze Roadhouse, like, Tai Chi stretching.
I guess.
He does some pull-ups.
Yes.
And he heals super fast. He's got to get Santa's Wonderland back in action, because that is what will hurt Dutra and his crew the most, getting this place back up and running.
Can't let the terrorist win, man.
So what do we do whenever something like this happens, boys? We get a montage. We get a montage of Lauren rehabilitating himself in action. Lots of yoga, lots of push-ups, interspersed with
one-armed push-up.
one-arm push-ups.
I was impressed.
Interspersed with shots of little kids enjoying the fun park, again with no Santa. Stoltz and Karen.
And I love the fact that the uncle, everybody at Santa's Fun Park, are not dressed like Fun Park Santa characters. It's just like everybody, everyday suit.
Look, it's one of Santa's elves, and it's just Abby in some jeans. Tell her your Santa wish. This makes no sense.
It's Florida, Santa's Wonderland. I'm sorry, the script of this movie reads like a Florida man newspaper headline.
Go over to the booth and let Lauren serve you some Santa hot dogs.
Florida man and
It's just a teenager and
uses
cutoff
child
shorts,
labor to pick up
grilling hot
fix up
dogs.
Santa's
Oh
Wonderland.
no, those are elf hot dogs. They're magical.
Straight from the North Pole. Speaking of which, Abby, could you get back there and make some more hot dogs?
Actually, get the checkbook, go down to the store and get some more.
Get some hot dog
Get
buns.
some hot dog buns. Stoltz and the sheriff's daughter Karen, the bubbly blonde, are hanging out and laughing with Abby and Lauren. This is their new life, and they're going to make the most of it. Goddammit! In fact, they're all going to go to the big high school dance together that night. And Uncle Charlie, tells the couples, "Hey, have a great time, Lauren and Abby." Oh, he really cares. And tell everybody to get here first in line and save yourself $1 off to be the first in line for Santa's Funland.
And on the way back home, stop and pick me up a new inside air conditioning unit.
Well, he just got the new $2,000
You pay for
generator.
it.
He just got the new $2,000 generator delivered, so he's super excited.
Here's my grocery list for next week.
That shit is jumping. Speaking of shit that's jumping, you know who is always jumping around, boys?
Who's that?
Dirty Fabian with Drew State. That dude's always jumping around, energetic,
Yes.
playing music, loving life. And if I'm talking about unconventional Fabian from Drew State,
I'm wondering if Fabian's my spirit animal.
could be.
He's a Yankees fan.
No, he's not. Anyway,
Is he not?
no. Once you threw out the Yankees fan, I'm
Oh, he
done.
is a Yankees fan. He's just not your spirit animal.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you know if I'm talking about unconventional Fabian, you know I'm talking about unconventional Tobacco Special cigars. Brought to you from the folks who created Sweet Jane, La Vieja Habana, and much, much more. Available in your choice of either extra dark Connecticut broadleaf or natural Connecticut shade wrappers. They envelope a Sumatra binder and Nicaraguan Criollo filler leaves. Before aging, the cigars are slowly infused with Nicaraguan estate-grown coffee. The smoke is medium to full body, depending on the wrapper you choose. Its rich tobacco flavors commingling. Yak boy, did I use that term correctly?
You did.
With the unmistakable aroma of coffee and a little bit of sweetness. A perfect early morning smoke or an after-dinner cigar.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't believe me, then go try one for yourself.
I love me some coffee-infused tobacco.
Speaking of cigars,
Yes.
I think you're approaching the final third. Doctor, I think everybody's in the final third. Anything new? How you liking it?
I'm not really getting a lot of transitions. I'm definitely not getting into the hazelnut and the
Vanilla
cocoa
bean.
and vanilla bean and all that stuff.
Maple syrup,
I'm not getting any of.
buttercream, chocolate morsels.
I am getting a little bit of more of a sugary presence. I guess you could kind of qualify.
I'm with the
into
doctor.
that.
I thought that sugary presence has always kind of been there under the
This
surface.
has been
a
very
little bit.
consistent, no real transition.
You got a little bit of
Some
sugar.
Reese's Pieces. No, it's I got a little bit of the sugar.
Rainbow sprinkles.
A little bit of vanilla bean. It hasn't been any really transition. Been consistent throughout.
Construction's been nice. The ash is not going to hang on there very long.
Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of transitions.
I would
into
think you
the-
would love the cigar, yeah.
Good retro.
It is. I do like it.
From the appearance of it to the smoke profile, I think this would be right up your alley.
I do. The sweetness has picked up a little bit, but I mean it's just a general sweetness. I can't, like you said, can't attribute to anything.
Right.
It is there under the surface, which
Right.
goes really nice, counter contrasting with the spice in the nose, which I find has picked up in the last third. I get a lot more of the spice in the nose. It's not a nutmeg spice or
No.
a baking spice. It's just
I am getting
It's
more of a. You're correct. I'm getting more of a presence on the through the nose. That palate is just that nice cedar
and
leather,
leather.
and it's not moved away from that profile.
no Chips Ahoy.
No, no Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, me neither.
No,
No Oreos.
Baker's soda powder.
Grandma's
or whatever.
cookies. No, me neither. Which
But it's very nice. It is very
It
nice.
is, and it's kind of like, well, maybe we should save that conversation to the end. It's like the marketing pulled me in, which it didn't really. I just wanted to. I finally, out of getting so many, I was like, all right, we'll give one a shot, and
Yeah.
we'll see
yeah.
if anything comes close to what they're advertising here. But if maybe they just put this out without the superfluous descriptives. But you know, I wanted buttercream. I wanted chocolate morsels.
I wanted Tootsie Rolls.
I wanted everything you want in a cookie. Okay, well, let's finish it out, and we'll talk at the end. But I am enjoying it.
I am too.
It's tasty
Very
cigar.
much, yeah.
Well, that night at the big dance, Lauren is dancing his ass off with Karen, and finally Abby's showing Eric Stoltz's Mark some love on the dance floor. They're having a grand old time. And kudos to their dead dad, Tom Atkins, for preparing these kiddos to deal with all this heavy shit. They're having fun at the dance.
Yeah, they're not traumatized by the beat down.
Dead rabbits.
Dead rabbits.
Lauren getting his fucking pissed on and kicked the shit out a couple days ago.
Spader's hair and shirts.
They're not touch shirt. Nothing is phasing these people. I'm going to have therapy just from looking at that shirt all
I
night.
feel kind of bad. I feel like Mincy needs to be wearing the shirt with that Spader voice.
I'm gonna order several options.
We got to do more Spader movies. Any objections?
No.
Meanwhile, they're just look at these kids, you know, with this military background, with Tom Atkins, their dad. They're just, like we said, they're dealing with everything. And I'm buying my kid silly putty and hoping for the best.
Military kids are resilient.
Yep. Despite all the drama going on, Abby's living it up as she should be. She ain't gonna let a couple backwoods bitches damper her good time. When Dutra shows up with his sunglasses on at night, wearing Tut's shirt,
Of course.
we all know those good times ain't gonna last. Am I right, fellas? And we are, in fact, right.
Oh, we are
There
right.
was a glare from the strobe lights. You got a problem with the Wayfarers, Kate? I really don't see what the fucking big deal is.
You bought him with weed money. That's what I have a problem with. Teenagers selling drugs. I got a big problem with that, doctor.
Johnny come lately, a new kid in town. But will
is
she
just
still
obviously-
love you when you're not around?
Well, Dietrich's just obviously pissed off.
Everybody's
and-
talking
I mean, he's
about
got
the
6
new
kilos of
kid.
uncut Nicaraguan back at the house. He's got to take care of that.
As the backwoods bitches
Everybody's talking about
shoves Stoltz over by bending down behind him on the dance floor. Oldest trick in the book. One of them gets down on 4 and they shove him
Oh
over
my
the side.
God! It was Three Stooges.
Hey, did you sell those 3 kilos of coke to the Colombians? I did. All right, next up, you crouch down behind Mark the nerd, and we're gonna push him over.
You got it. You got it, dude.
It's crazy. It's the oldest trick in the book. Well, they start groping Abby on the dance floor. She tells, "You animals, leave me alone." And all this adrenaline actually drives her to dance even closer to Mark. I guess she maybe gets turned on a little bit by the... For her, the action is the juice. It's Tom Sizemore style. She starts grinding up on Mark. He's all for it. He's like, yeah, I just got shoved down on a dance in front of everybody, but hey, she's into me. So he starts, gets back into it. He might be a redheaded putz, but he ain't one of these assholes, so it'll do enough for Abby.
Maybe a little light bulb goes off.
Wait,
why don't you say bad things to her? More. Do more of that.
You guys want to push me over again?
Wait, when did Jason Garrett show up in the movie? Oh, the redheaded putz was Stoltz.
We're gonna dance.
Stoltz is over
We're
there.
gonna think about dancing.
Kill this rabbit. Throw it at her.
We've been working on our dance moves. We're getting better as a dance team every week.
If those guys put a turd in the punch bowl, I might be getting laid tonight.
You know,
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna,
shit in the punch bowl.
we're gonna take what we learned from this dance and we're gonna apply it to dancing.
Dude, Mark squats over the punch bowl to drop a turd, and Lauren puts a knife to his throat. It's over, Mark.
It's over, Mark. You're not getting laid tonight.
Abby's all, no, Lauren, not again. Abby does make a rare miscalculation. She's been pretty smart at this point. But she thinks she can just leave Mark in the safety of the crowd to run to the restroom and
How
brush
about not go alone?
and brush her hair. And the minute she exits the bathroom, she's surrounded by Dutra and his boys. Jeez.
And it's
Doctor,
creepy,
you said
too.
earlier, no means no. These guys do not know the meaning of the
No,
word
they
no.
don't.
And then you get a feeling they hear it a lot. They just don't know what
I don't see who would say yes to
They
them.
just don't know. You never see any other girls hanging on these guys.
They've learned.
Their only constant companion is pit bulls.
They've learned. They stay away.
Well, my question here is like, obviously they're going to school, but they don't really go to school.
You think
So-
Dutra's in there taking a geometry test?
Why haven't we kicked this guy out? He's 25 years old. I mean, he's...
I think the teachers are a lot like the sheriff and stuff. We don't want to cause any trouble.
Dude, you study for your test? I am, and planning on going to Harvard.
Don't really need a high school diploma. I've got that sweet van.
We'll take my van
Somebody
up
shit
to...
in the punch bowl. Usually that's a metaphor.
By the way, I just tried my little spader.
I know, this was so bad. I want to do it.
I'm not going to do it again.
I want to do it so bad, but it's like trying to paint a Picasso when Picasso's sitting next to you.
It's true.
Thank you, Tut.
You're welcome.
We're doing coloring books over here.
Exactly.
Well, the gang grabs Abby and they take her out to Dutra's van, and they drive out to a clearing where they toss her around a little bit. A coke-snorting Dutra decides to douse Abby in lighter fluid as they hold her down all over her legs and her face. Shit's getting pretty fucking intense.
And this is where it starts to diverge from my normal teenage courting style.
Well, I would hope so. The big hillbilly Gordo, he actually, as they hold her down, he's already got his pants down. He's going to rape her. But here's the thing. She's covered in lighter fluid. They keep lighting matches and holding it up to her face to taunt her with it. And she just keeps blowing them out. Like 5 of these things. What do you think of this, bitch?
And do you see his
Just
face?
you.
Not again. No, not again.
Running out of matches, but I can't quit taunting her with them.
Okay, I'm sorry.
If you blow this match out, I don't have that many left.
There's 2 things that I thought about this scene. One, the constant blowing of the match out, and the constant look on the dude's face,
They're
like,
not-
I've been fooled again.
They're not that bright.
Oh my God, I was laughing.
Pretty soon Gideon is scraping 2 rocks together.
On that,
We're out of matches.
on that
We set this
point,
bitch on fire.
on that point, I was laughing. I thought it was very well done.
Why don't you try rubbing 2 sticks together, kid?
And I was actually thinking about this, that I was
Jesus
kind
Christ,
of...
tie a key to a kite and pray for lightning, for Christ's sake.
Dude, Gordo's got a kite.
I was glad that this scene was shot like in the early 80s, because if this scene was shot now, it would have probably been a full rape scene. And I didn't want to see that. Not in this movie.
Oh, you're never going to see that in 85.
Yeah. And I actually found myself thankful for that, because I do believe that if this was like a 2019 Netflix movie, they might have gone there.
Yeah. And then you'd have Lori Loughlin doing this. They raped me. So sad. I'm so sad about that.
It's not what
It's
I was going for.
I know, Abby, but you know you don't have tear ducts.
Mac McWilliams removed our tear ducts as children. No, but I agree. I'm glad they didn't go there. They probably would have nowadays.
It was actually pretty intense for that time.
But I
though.
also just thought it was such and I know this wasn't intentional on the screenwriter's point, but just to show how dumb these fucking hicks are, that they just keep putting these matches up to her face. I was dying.
I
laughing.
thought that was a great.
What are we going to do? She keeps blowing them out. Light another one.
Well, Abby.
Damn it, Dutra, we're on our last match.
Abby finally realizes, you know what? I think I can try to maybe deal with these dudes. So she jumps up, kicks them all in the balls. Gideon gets up, she hits him over there with a rock, and she sprints away. Dutra tells his crew they're going a hunting, and they all get in the van and chase after her. Lauren, back at the dance, realizes something's amiss, and he tells Karen, call her sheriff dad, and has him go to the fun house, the Funland, as he commandeers her station wagon to go find his sister. Abby somehow found her way through the swamps and the woods of a place she's never been before, and she makes her way back to Santa's Funland, where Dutra is waiting for her. He knew she'd come back here, so he immediately slaps her in the face, and she sees that his boys, they've been there for a while. They got that van. They've hogtied Uncle Charlie, and they're pouring blood down his mouth, a big bowl of blood. They coat Charlie all over with animal blood as their pit bull goes crazy on a leash nearby.
Yeah, they've trained their pit bull to go after blood.
They tell Uncle Charlie their dog will eat him down to his bones. Doctor, if a pit bull theoretically chewed you down to your bones, could you bounce back from that?
My God, Kate, I can't imagine such a terrible ending in the...
It'd be one of the worst deaths you could have,
It's a
right?
horrible, horrible death to be gnawed on by a pit bull or some amorphous, sexless blob of a beast running through the midnight streets of a small Texas town. Florida town.
Florida town. It sounds terrible.
Just tearing things to pieces.
Do you think Uncle Charlie would ever be able to operate Santa's Funland again?
Well, he hadn't really been doing much of it to begin with, so...
But
it would give him a nice excuse. Kids, I've been eaten by a dog. I'm going to need y'all to do all the manual labor.
it's just a skeleton with his head.
You got
No
Uncle Charlie.
organs, just a little skeleton body. You're going to have to cook the hot dogs tonight, Faye.
Wait, was it the second Crank movie, Crank High Voltage, with Statham, where like the kingpin is kept alive? He's got that head, that char.
It's Uncle Charlie. Well, then, just as Dutra is smearing with his bloody hands from this bowl, Abby's panties and her thighs with his bloody hands, Uncle Charlie finally fights back. And in doing so, the bowl of blood tilts over and pours all over the fat redneck Gordo.
I was waiting for Uncle Charlie really to say, wait, take out that checkbook first. Don't get blood on it.
No, I was actually cheering for Charlie now.
The bowl goes all over Gordo, covering him with blood, which causes the pit bull to go nuts. It rips free of its leash, pounces on him, ripping old Gordo to shreds. Dutra picks up a shotgun and blasts Uncle Charlie with it. Now these aren't just bad kids; these are murderers.
They're murderers.
Shoots him during the struggle, and then he turns and he blasts the pit bull. Once it's pretty clear he tore the big guy's jugular to pieces.
Once they get a taste for human blood, man.
Yeah, it's over. During the mayhem, Abby runs off, and Dutra barks that they have to kill that cunt. As all his crew starts running around Santa's Funlands with shotguns.
I don't know why they're running around. I mean, Santa's Funland wasn't that big to begin with.
No, it really wasn't. It was like maybe a half acre. But yeah.
Run around the merry-go-round, because it's
Hey,
all right
man,
here.
Now that you've killed one dude, you kind of have to kill everybody.
Yeah, once
really don't have a
you've
choice.
gone over that line.
Do you think the sheriff's going to show up there the next day and do tread all them? There's a couple of handsome individuals. Real sexy motherfuckers.
Real sexy motherfucker.
We didn't see nothing.
All right, boys, the night's gone tits up. Load your shotguns.
Oh, they're ready. And the crew doesn't fight at all. Let's do this. Lauren shows up on the scene in that station wagon. He starts kicking douchebag ass and taking names. Abby actually kicks one of their asses in the House of Mirrors. This dude follows her in there, and she tricks him. And then she goes and wisely hides in a bumper car to recuperate.
Yeah, before she does that, she body tackles him through a window. Good job.
She can take care of herself. Lauren sabotages the Ferris wheel. Dutra sent this one dude up in a Ferris wheel. Get up to the top where you can see him. All right, you got it. So he's going up this Ferris wheel all slow. Lauren climbs up there and sabotages it so it spills over when he gets to the top. That takes care of another dude. It sends him soaring down to his death. Because Dutra's now turned on that new generator. The whole place has bright power, which I like because we can see everything now. It's not in the darkness.
Take that, Game of Thrones.
From what I understand, the latest episode of Game of Thrones could have benefited from a generator being turned on.
Millions of dollars.
Lauren also electrocutes a dude. And he's not taking any prisoners. And then he jumps on Gideon and fistfights him until he's finally able to hold Gideon's head down on the roller coaster tracks until the ride zips by and chops his fucking head off. Man, Lauren's killed like 4 dudes in like 4 minutes.
Lauren ain't playing.
Lauren's a psycho.
Yeah, he kind of is.
He's licking it.
You see him get up, and as opposed to he's just putting the blood on now. Just waiting.
Abby slams a 2x4 over Dutra, sending him flying off a tall tower, but he's okay somehow, so he gets up and starts blasting the shotgun at Lauren. Then he knocks Abby over. They've kind of gone out to the convenience store area now. He grabs the gas pump, Butcher does, lights it, takes out the gas pump, and uses a flamethrower, shooting it around.
Point Break style.
Talk about all in. The minute you go flamethrower, you can't go
You're
back.
not going back.
You're not going back from flamethrower. Suddenly, Lauren, though, comes out of nowhere. They get into a fight at the gas pump. He manages, after a brief struggle, to get a hold of the flamethrower. He sets Dutra's ass on fire, and they just watch as James Spader burns to a crisp.
Or the obvious stunt double that
When
had no body shape. Even
No, it was just a mannequin. It was just this kind of person form burning. We then cut to a week or so later, maybe. It didn't really say. Uncle Charlie has he's alive.
Yay!
And he spin this local tragedy into huge profits as he announces, the bloodbath at Funland is over. We're open for business. He's got a cane now. He got shot in the chest with a shotgun, but he's got a cane.
Need a cane.
But otherwise, he's okay. And the crowds, there's legitimate
Come
crowds.
see
They're
where
pouring
this
in.
bloodbath happens.
See where these dope-crazed vandals paid the ultimate price.
And all I can say is, that's Florida.
Totally. Everything about this is totally Florida. Even though they talk like Louisiana, it's totally Florida. Lauren, Abby, and Aunt Faye are all on board for this cash-making cow as the crowds pour in. Do you have any idea how much money we're going to make? Uncle Charlie asked Lauren. I don't either. I bet it's a bundle, though. In fact, Aunt Faye tells Charlie they cleared $2,300 this week alone. And that's on top of the $2,000, get this, they paid Lauren and Abby back.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess they're not that bad after.
Would have been funny if you'd seen Charlie wince with that. Oh,
Faye, we should have talked first.
you dumb bitch.
He gets all Dutra on her.
He gets to-
My name's Charlie.
I asked you nicely not to pay them back.
It also turns out that Colonel Jenkins heard about all this crazy shit going down there, and he wants Lauren and Abby to come live with him. Can't imagine why. Hey, I heard you got pissed on and you killed 6 people, and Abby, you got a slit-thrown rabbit
Probably
thrown on
not
you.
the place for you to grow up.
Maybe you guys could...
Colonel Jenkins has just opened a Funland park. He needs some help.
And by the way, I've opened up a miniature golf course. I need some help on it. God, these kids...
Here, you two kids are good at painting and living in shacks.
Uncle Charlie, I franchised.
You got old Mac Williams checkbook? Bring that with you. Just be safe. But the kids say, or Lauren says, and Abby just follows his lead. No, we're at home here. We want to stay.
Are you?
It's been nothing but
You just had to kill like 5 people.
nothing but terrible stuff here.
Yeah, but he does have that one girl with the perky boobs.
Yeah, Lauren's about
Yeah.
to get laid.
We didn't get any nudity in this movie. From the director of Friday the 13th and Spring Break, I was kind of thinking, all right, not Lori Loughlin, but the blonde sheriff's daughter, maybe. If we got Spader in those bikini briefs, I guess we'll have to be happy with that.
That's what we're happy with. That's what we're settling for.
Beggars can't be choosers, Tut.
I'm sorry, Tut. Nobody ever settles for me in my bikini briefs. It's not something you settle for.
My Spader sounded a lot like my Dylan McKay.
What do you say we go shoot some trap? Are we gonna have a fucking problem here or what?
As brother and sister take Uncle Charlie's Cadillac into town, he says he's going to buy him a Maserati with all this money. How about save up for your retirement? You're incredibly old. How about putting just a little bit for a rainy day?
No, Uncle Charlie's old school. He knows that his heart's just going to fucking explode one day, and he's done.
I've ate nothing but burgers and Franks for 20 years. Give me a Maserati. Okay. As everyone's happy, we pan over and zoom in on Dutra's little brother. He had a small scene earlier in the film.
I think it was Gideon's brother, wasn't it?
It's Dutra's little brother.
Okay.
That they gave him a hard time when they were training pit bulls and stuff. But he's standing outside Santa's Funland with a mean scowl on his face. This ain't over.
It's not done.
But it is the end.
Because it probably
And,
didn't make much money. At the
To go on that point, Doctor, total box office gross was somewhere around $199,000.
oh my God.
So naturally, the New Kids Part 2 was not going to happen.
What was the budget of the film? Had to be.
I would think they lost money on this thing. Dutra's little brother would never get his revenge. But that's classic Sean S. Cunningham going over to that little kid, and that's the end of every Friday 13th. There's always a little something to give you a glimpse into the future. I mean,
into the franchise future. Mm-hmm. Oh, but there's not going to be a franchise future.
The New Kids Part 7.
The newer kids.
A new Dutra.
Johnny come lately.
I like
New
this movie.
Kids
I liked it a
Part
lot.
7.
I had fun with this movie. I thought it was a lot of fun.
I actually did too.
It's a fun movie. It was entertaining. I'll say this. Unlike some other movies from the 80s, used to from different genres.
This was. Would you agree? This is a thriller.
Yeah. Horror elements.
Yeah, for the most part, though, I mean, this is an old school thriller.
Yeah. I would say that there are a couple of 80s movies that fell through the cracks, and I had a real hard time understanding how. One was one of the earliest Tuesday Night Cigar Club shows from the comedy genre, was Up the Creek. It wasn't until Yax introduced us to that movie.
How did we miss it?
About 10 years ago, where I thought, how did this never come up in a conversation before? How did I not know about this?
We've done a lot of those over the last couple of years.
From a horror standpoint, the first My Bloody Valentine.
Yeah.
I remember when I saw the sequel, and I was like, oh yeah, there was an original, and I went and watched it. Both of us went and watched it, and we're like, how have we not been enjoying this movie forever? I can actually, this is an entertaining movie. I can actually see how, it made no money, so there was probably no real video push afterwards.
No push, no marketing.
And even if there wasn't a guy in a mask that would have caught our attention.
I can kind of see how this one slipped through the cracks and that I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
It is fun. There's an uneven weirdness to it. Maybe it is because of the acting. I didn't really put that together. I just thought that the character of Lauren was so...
You really had... I never picked up on that psycho vibe from Lauren.
I thought he was batshit. I thought he's one step away from becoming a Dutra himself. I didn't...
Maybe he'll be the new Dutra in school.
Spader was great. I still think it would have been better if he'd played it as Steph rather than doing the southern accent, but he puts that wig on, he goes for it. The guy's a real good actor.
Was that a wig, or I think it was just bleached?
Probably just bleached,
yeah.
The guy's a real good actor. He was entertaining. The rest of the crew, though, like we mentioned earlier, from the beginning, they were just not. Spader is menacing.
They were filler.
Yeah, Spader was menacing.
They were his goofball sidekicks.
Yeah. It was a weird dynamic. You have this crew where 9 out of 10 of them are just goofballs, and nothing remotely scary about them. But they're led by a guy who pretty much pulls off the small town psycho pretty good.
Makes sense. He's gonna have some half-wit followers.
Yeah,
sure.
And I think that the
quarter wit,
the comedic presence of them kind of steered it away from true horror and got it more into the thriller part.
Yeah, I wouldn't put this anywhere near horror. I just a good old cheap low budget thriller.
Yeah,
you make a good point about the acting of the kids, because I think what the idea was, whether it's in the writing, direction, whatever, the idea was they're going to be so likable. They're good kids. They came from an awesome family. Tom Atkins is their dad. He's toughened them up. They're not Daniel LaRusso type pussies who show up and get the crap beat out of them.
Yeah.
They're going to stand up for themselves. But and even she's nothing about her is mean or nasty when she's turning down Dutra or Gideon for the first time.
No, she's very polite.
She's trying to be politely turn them away.
They're so cute. You imagine all the new towns she goes to, she probably gets hit on.
They're supposed to be
not this sadistically,
right?
But
they're supposed to be just like the likable, great, good kids. But there was something lacking in the acting presence to make you buy into what they were trying to do.
Lauren, the guy who played Lauren, wasn't bad. I was kind of surprised to see he gave it up after this, because he carried a pretty lead role with he did okay.
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't bad at all. It wasn't terrible.
He wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
He looked a lot like the actor Richard Jordan, at least when he was younger. Probably a role from when he was younger was he was Michael York's buddy in Logan's Run. Anyone familiar with that one?
Yeah, he did. He
the other
did have that look.
Sandman. He
did
kind
have that
of
look.
looked a lot like that guy. I thought.
He had a good look, and he did okay. But man, I mean, Laughlin she could smile and she could be scared. But
let's face it, she was beautiful, and that's what.
But you know what? I started thinking about it. I watched Full House when I was growing up and stuff, and I don't know if she's ever gotten any better. Maybe this Hallmark movie she does some stuff, but
not really.
I think her main thing is just she's gorgeous.
Yeah,
which it's okay. We need those people too.
Yeah.
I hope so, or else why am I here?
Mostly been a TV actress too, so.
You don't sell the steak, Tut. You sell the sizzle.
Only when you don't have steak to sell.
She kind of
Do we
gravitated
have steak to sell?
from after Full House. She kind of gravitated into a couple of different series of even before the 90210 reboot. She kind of gravitated into
Oh, I forgot she was in that.
well, 'cause her and Estes were only in it that first season.
That's true, though. I totally forgot she was in that.
She was in some other show that was on the CW a few years before that. She kind of
was
gravitated
Dixon-
towards the hot mom.
Dixon's mom.
Yeah.
The hot mom. Can you imagine being adopted and that's your adopted mom? That's a new movie, The Horny Kids.
Good looking woman, Aunt Becky.
The wrong stepmom.
The wrong stepmom. Jeez. Here's your new family. Oh, this is going to cause problems. Well, come over and give me a hug. I'll be there in a minute. I'm just a scared orphan. Give me a couple minutes. I'll be there in a sec.
You'll probably make friends with the teenage boy that lived next door. There's Steph mowing the yard in his linen suit. Listen, kid, I got a serious boner for your mom. Don't get in the fucking way, all right?
Look, that's my new orphan mom. And I'm going to take care of you in a minute. Just give me a minute. I'll stand up in a
I
second.
can see you've got a raging erection. It's all right. So does everybody else on the block.
She is something.
Here's $5. Go hump a loaf of Wonder Bread.
All right, so we got to find some more James Spader movies. I think we all agree on that.
Yes.
Let's recap. So I'm going to give the movie a thumbs up.
Yes.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
4 thumbs up?
Yeah. Wasn't a bad movie at all.
More thumbs up than halfway.
You can do a half if you want.
No, I would not
Three
go half.
quarters,
I'd
three
go
quarters.
three-quarter thumbs on this one.
3 3/4.
Yeah.
3 thumbs up and then 1 3/4. I'll take it. The beer, not a lot of complexity there, but a nice,
Nice little milk
enjoyable
stout.
stout.
Can't go
I
wrong
see
with
a
it.
lot of purple cans all over this table.
Yep.
It's good. It was good and paired really well with the cigar. Let's talk about the cigar a little bit. We all got some sweetness, at least Doctor and I, a fairly steady sweetness, at least through the first 2/3. Leather and cedar ruled the draw for the majority of the cigar. I got a little saltiness and a little cream in the middle part, not you guys so much. So it really didn't capture the milk and cookies, unless your
No.
grandma was making you leather cookies.
Yeah.
Which,
I appear to be the 1 in 4 that especially really kind of had to give up on it in the final third. It began to have some construction issues, but
Okay.
1 out of 4.
Yeah, I saw you did have a little bit with the wrapper there.
So but I seem to be the only one. I just put it was consistent throughout. None of those transitions that we talked about. There was a light spice there in the middle, but otherwise that light sweetness stuck there.
Okay.
Really loved the aroma. Just the construction.
the aroma was really
Construction started to wane a tad towards the final third
Okay.
for me.
nice. Price point? I'm going to go to Tut first.
Okay, limited edition.
They only made 555 of these.
Oh,
Sold out in an hour.
That makes it more difficult for me because you're trying to judge the cigar on its merits, but then when you realize that probably is going to raise the price point more.
That's
than,
why I tell you, not necessarily
Yeah.
to say the cigar is any better or worse, but just where they're coming in with their price point.
you try to think, what would I pay for the stogie, but then you realize you're paying more for it because of that.
And what you have to realize too is
And that sweet little ribbon.
in the in the world of cigars, limited runs do. People go crazy for them. People want to get some hoard them, try to sell them for twice as much on the aftermarket.
You guys are better at this than me, so if you don't mind, I'll go first. And you can. I'm gonna say 15.
It is it, dude. I've been smoking it for almost 2 hours, so it has lasted quite a while.
I'll go with 13.5.
I was going to say 11.
Okay. I'm gonna go.
Don't you already know it?
Pick a point on the board here. I'm gonna go $11.99.
11.99.
It is. Check my notes. $11.99.
That's actually probably what I would call...
That's not a bad price for this
I would actually say that would be the real value, that you throw in the limited edition, and that's probably a bargain of the limited edition at that.
It's not a bad price.
It's not a bad... No, it's actually a pretty good price.
Yeah. 2 hour smoke, give or take.
2 hour smoke for that.
Other than Doctor, we all had... Jack, you had good construction.
Oh, yeah.
Mine is getting a little hot, but I mean, I'm down the last fucking inch and a half here. It's not giving me anything I haven't had before. Leather cedar, I've had it a million times. Nice spice on the nose. I did like that saltiness and creaminess that kind of crept in the middle part. It's a good cigar.
I will say that.
I'm trying to balance that critique with what I was told
I know.
I would experience.
If you're judging it off of
I didn't get
what
anything.
the marketing was, fuck you.
So my question is, why talk about brown sugar and butter and cedar wood? We did get cedar. Cinnamon buns? No, cinnamon burn. I'm sorry. Dark chocolate and walnuts. Don't get me wrong. I read a lot of reviews after we've done a cigar on the show. If someone reviews it and it comes across my feed, I'll read it to see if they came anywhere close to us. I mean, it's rolled up leaves. Everyone's palate's different.
right.
It's a subjective experience. But caramel, cocoa.
Oh, that was a pretty crazy read off
Maple
there.
sweetness.
Vanilla bean, buttercream.
Didn't get the chocolate notes. I did not get the bourbon vanilla and the coffee
sounds to
at
me
all.
like this person was just standing in line at like a cupcake place and like reading all of them. Oh, that sounds good. I'm gonna put that down for the cigar.
Hey, they had a formula. They have a formula. They go to it constantly. It's a very unique way to sell boutique cigars. You have a mail order. You got an email base. You send out the email. You say, hey, we got 600 of these things. Here's what you're going to get. They're going to sell out quick, and boy, they do. I've had a few of their core cigars, and they're good cigars. They're fine. But it's, we did not smoke a cookie tonight.
No. That would have been interesting had we smoked a cookie.
Well, I mean,
How cool
raisin.
would it be if I pulled out a plate of cookies right now?
but you say,
Now you tempt
you let off with
Now you
that.
tempt
Why do you market it like that? Well, because you bought it.
I bought it. And I've been wanting to do one of these just to have the discussion about this. It's a very unique form of selling cigars that we haven't done on the show before. We've bought them in brick and mortar shops. We've got them online. We've done stuff.
Those ribbons.
This place, it had packaging. The 5-pack came in like a little white wrap thing with a big one of these ribbons around it, I think. And then each cigar had a cute little, brown and white ribbon around it. Like I said, their other stuff has a lot more, like, brass knuckles stuck to it and all sorts of crazy
Just get the
stuff.
feeling that someone was like, what are we going to do with all this ribbon? This isn't what we ordered. Hey, I've got an idea.
My wife was at a baby shower last week. Came home with
Lauren
all
would have
this-
strangled 3 people with that ribbon.
Now you're Lauren. It's over, Todd. It's over.
It's not over.
But
That would have been interesting
if
had
it
you
would
seen
have
him taking
if
his
it
bandages off.
if it would have been 15 or 13, I may have been like, man, you found a pallet full of 500 cigars. You came up with a great spin on
Little
it,
market gimmick.
and you put a little ribbon on it. And kudos to you. The fact that it was $11.99 that wins some favor with me. That's a decent price.
No, it actually is. That's a legit price for this cigar.
It's a Toro. I mean, it's a decent slow smoking Toro with good construction. So I'm gonna call bullshit on the marketing, which we kind of anybody reading that is gonna know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm gonna give the cigar a thumbs up.
I will too. I'm scoring this pretty high, actually. So
Okay. Well, this was fun, boys. Glad we did the New Kids episode 95. We're gonna do another quick one next week. Quick turnaround, and then man, after that 96. What does that give us to 100? 97, 98. 4 more episodes to 100.
yeah.
Shit, and then we're done.
We retire.
Die. We're done. 100 episodes. We gave it a good run. When I was growing up, my granddaddy said, "You ever do a podcast, you at least make it to 100, and then." So we're gonna do 100.
We're not literally planning on stopping.
Nah, we won't stop. We'll keep going. Do you guys want to keep going?
You sounded so disappointing there. Nah, we're not
we'll
gonna
keep going.
on that.
You guys, he didn't answer. You want to keep going, Tut?
Gotta see how 96 through 99
Hey,
play out.
we have more cigars.
Do I have to start lighting matches?
Squirt Tut's genitals with lighter fluid. Wait, no. Wait. That's episode 100.
Sounds to me like a Family Squares cartoon.
Shit, where's my pen? Yeah, this was fun. So yeah, we're gonna do a Miami-themed episode next week with our special guest Willie Herrera of Drew Estate. He's gonna be joining us on these Skypes, and then man, I'm gonna have fun planning those last few episodes because I want to get in certain things before 100. After 100, who knows where we're going? Who knows what we'll do? But the next, I promise you guys, the march to 100 is going to be fun. We're going to have fun.
And I will definitely be here for 100.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully one in between, too. But
Yes. You'll definitely be there for 100, especially for the cigar. Trust me. Okay. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Oh, Tut links. Sorry.
Okay, so if you're going to do some Mother's Day shopping, I don't know, maybe Mother's Day.
This will come out after Mother's Day.
All right, so maybe you've done
If you
some.
want to buy your mom some cigars.
So maybe you've done some Mother's. Yeah, I can't do it. I tried to do it. So anyway, if you're going to do some shopping, go to Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Click on the Amazon link and do your shopping from there. We get a little kickback, helps us keep the lights on. Otherwise, you can join us on Instagram, TNCC_podcast. Hit us up on the Facebooks, Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Did I forget anything? Twitter at TNCCcast.
Spader, did you forget anything?
well, it sounds to me like, he put the shirt on. He did a pretty solid job.
I agree.
Well, Spader was wrong because I did forget something. If you're going to buy some cigars, go to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Hit the.
Cool your nips.
I'll say when I'm wrong, all right? You just read the fucking lines.
If you're going to buy some cigars, go to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club. Click on the famous smoke shop banner and then enter the promo code TNCC20 for any of your orders that are over $100, and you will get $20 off.
That is a damn good promo code.
I'm not here for your fucking entertainment.
See these two dudes fight after the show.
I know.
Something tells me you'll end up wearing that shirt.
And nothing else.
And nothing else. Well, maybe Yak Boy's bikini briefs. Either way, I'm happy. Good stuff. Okay. Well, we'll see you next time. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. Sayonara, motherfuckers. See you next time.
To learn more about the time I took a shower with Tom Atkins' mustache, no, that never happened, damn it. And yes, editor-in-chief of Penthouse Forum magazine, I'll stop submitting weekly letters detailing such a highly improbable but nevertheless super steaming sexcapade one of these days. But not today. Where's my pen? Dear Penthouse Forum, I never thought this would happen to me, but as I put pen to paper, I can still feel his bushy. In the meantime, to learn more about the cigars and libations enjoyed on tonight's episode, you can visit EzraZionStore.com and LeftHandBrewing.com. Tom Atkins rocks.
For more on O'Brien's Irish Pub, the live music leader in Central Texas, please visit o'brienstemple.com and download their free smartphone app, where you'll find full beer listings including over 40 on tap, menu information, and a calendar of upcoming live events. To listen and purchase music heard on tonight's program, check out www.fritzbeermusic.com. Thank you for listening to the Tuesday Night Cigar Club podcast. This is Keith A. Howell saying until next time, friends, unless we see you sooner at the pub. So keep it smoky, and for God's sake, keep it ballsy as well.
Get up, go to work, get drunk, go to sleep.